into the night now never made sense to me. Why some crave the limelight, it makes me wonder how I'm supposed to be. Could it be wrong to kick back and just right? Now let the truth be told, when in my zone, learn from the fighters' techniques. Now let the truth be sold to you, eyes on the goal, but you're moving too quick, don't speak, just listen. No doubt gonna lay my claim, you put in work and just wait, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Now I stick to my goal always. Damn right, gotta lay my claim, watch the whole world change, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Gotta stick to my goal always. It's the truth, fast step into the night. Now never made sense to me why some choose the limelight. Imagine if they put the time to seek, to find a talent and then watch it take flight. Well, let the truth be told, go to your zone, learn from the finest techniques. Well, let the truth be sold to you, come to your own, but you're moving too quick, don't speak, just listen. No doubt gonna lay my claim, you put in work and just wait, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Now I stick to my goal always. Damn right, gotta lay my claim, watch the whole world change, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Gotta stick to my goal always. Come on, vibe with us. Little something at a spot tonight. Come on, get hype with us. Ain't no need to fight. Get up, wake up, get down to this sound. We gonna light the night. Tell me who is high in life. Everywhere I seek, things speak to me. Things speak to me, please sing to me. Set up, break down till I'm weak. Each week we reach a new peak, and I wonder when it all might stop. Cause until then I'll give it all I got. In harmony, get back up, you're my remedy. Time to do it again. Everybody at a spot tonight. Come on, vibe with us. Little something at a spot tonight. Come on, get hype with us. Ain't no need to fight. Get up, wake up, get down to this sound. We gonna light the night. Tell me who is high in life. Just got announced from Oregon, and it's fire. Wanna inhale, exhale. Yeah, California, Washington keeps it blazing. Inhale, exhale. Just got some chronic at my spot, and I'm ready. Wanna inhale, exhale. Yeah, Colorado, well, stocks keeps me medicated. Inhale, exhale. I'll be the first one to say, yeah, light it up, I'll be the first one to fade. And spark it up or elevate it. Nah, I can't complain. It keeps me humble, makes me appreciate. Sweet Mary Jane, you pick me up, you make me feel no pain. And when in doubt, inspire me to get out. Sing with my heart, I'll take a draw to calm down. Don't have to tell you, we don't have to give a reason. We elevate at any time or any season. It keeps me going, never feel like I'm defeated. Gives me that feeling I can always count on. I'll take the best of what's around, it don't matter, wanna inhale, exhale. Yes, outside, keep it up, keep it blazing. Inhale, exhale. Just got some endo at my spot, and it's fire, wanna inhale, exhale. And in the islands, well, stocks keeps me medicated. Inhale, exhale.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
Everywhere in the world today takes
everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.
Oh, here it comes.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better?
Well, you better get ready.
Out to the masters.
Break it down.
Yeah. All right. We're going to jump right into this news here. And I mean, the best thing about today is this is like officially, because we keep saying like this is like the official start to like the whatever, redraft season, dynasty season, whatever. Like we're officially in the midst of the start of the NFL season with rookies reporting for training camp.
I mean, this is just training camp, period, right? Like the rookies that come in first, but also like to my understanding too, like the cool QBs, they'll be in there. You know what I mean? Throwing to their rookies. You know what I'm saying?
Well, rookies are the only one who are required to come.
Yeah.
A week early. It's just like I know you don't really follow baseball too much, but they say when the pitchers and the catchers report to training camp, they come like a week early before everybody else. So same with the rookies. And yeah, I mean, if you're a really good quarterback for your team, you are probably there to work with some of these rookies, just the way that it goes. But yeah, next week officially is when everybody reports to camp, all teams.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
All right. One thing that I thought was pretty funny here, the Raiders, they're not holding back at all. They're keeping it 1,000 with us. They said they traded Pro Bowler Darren Waller to the Giants because they're tired of him missing games.
Damn, I almost wanted to respect them a little bit.
We
remember they're the Raiders.
We knew that was the truth, but they actually had the balls to come out and say it.
And you know what's funny is I think Darren Waller was like, "Oh, contraire, mon frere. I wanted to be traded, and I didn't play because I was tired of playing for y'all." You know what I mean? It's like last year and the year prior. A lot of business decisions being made for that Darren Waller.
Derek's laughing about that. That shit is so funny.
I mean, we definitely knew. We definitely had some inside information. Shout out to Jay the Plug, because there was even one time in particular where like he just so happened to be watching our show. It was a Friday, and he jumps in the chat. Oh, what up, Jay the Plug, everybody, blah blah blah. And we're talking about Darren. We're getting all these Darren Waller questions. Then he texts me the next day, right? He's like, "Hey, I got something for y'all." I said, "Oh, word?" He said, "Yeah, an exclusive." He said, "Don't say it came from me." But he's like, "I was just talking to Darren Waller, and he's not going to play tomorrow." I'm like, "Word?" And that was like awesome, because we made it like a point. Everybody, if you do have a Darren Waller, go get you a fucking Foster Moreau or whatever, or find you a replacement. And it's like, don't even wait it down. It was a 1 o'clock game on the West Coast, so it was going to be a late game. You know what I mean? And boom, he didn't play.
And it was because he was nursing multiple injuries, but that wasn't like...
And that was the thing, too, because they were only listing like 1 or 2 of the injuries.
I think it was only 1, if I'm not
and like he was apparently had like all these joints going on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of crazy, because that already shows there's a lack of communication between the player and organization at that point. Like where he's like, "Listen, I'm not even telling about all these other injuries. Fuck them. I want them to trade me." You know what I mean?
For sure.
If I have like 8 injuries, like I really do, you know, that it's going to be harder to trade me. You know what I mean?
Let him know, Antonio. He said, if you're not down with IDP, we got 2 words for you.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. The new age outlaws are back.
Man, it's really funny because when it comes to the IDP, like, so I don't know if it's just because of like the type of leagues that I build or the type of content, you know, that gets thrown in there. But in that group, we have a really big percentage of IDP goers.
For sure.
It's not just people that play in leagues with us or anything. Like, there's just a bunch
You
of
managed to find the small percentage of people that play IDPs, and they all flock into this group.
Yep. And so there was this one guy who was like, man, is drafting IDP players the worst? And like, there was, let's say there was maybe like 80.
Man, he got destroyed.
80% people who were like, man, you're stupid. Like, IDP is the best. But then there was a couple like who were, you know, just, oh yeah, you're like, you're so right. I just hate
Because they've never played it.
Well, it's funny.
I bet you.
I always ask questions because I really like try to figure out like the casuals.
I am the admin. Hey, hold on, make some room. Let me get in here. Hey, I got a question for you.
It's so funny though, because like this dude's talking shit about IDP. And I'm like, bro, just because you're scared, I mean, it's a whole conversation, but, you know, I'm like, bro, like, you know, paraphrasing more or less, like, bro, just because you're scared of it doesn't mean it's not fun. And just because you might have had a bad experience doesn't mean it's not fun. You probably just played with a shitty commissioner. And then, like, I forget exactly what I said, but he said something back, and I could tell just by the way he worded it that he was a casual. And I was like, all right, bro, like, I could tell that you're one of the casuals, you know, by the way you answered that question. And
you fall into the novice category of this.
And this is exactly why I created the group. So people like you could get like information and get help and advice and all that. And
then you hit him with the right answer there.
When he responded with, you know, that's such a gatekeeping mentality. And I was like, wait, doesn't gatekeeping mean you're like trying to keep people away from doing things? And he didn't answer when I was like, so I'm providing a group for people to come in to get information. Not sure how that's gatekeeping. And then all these IDP leagues that we do to bring in people who've never played in IDP leagues before and explaining it and making sure they know exactly what's up. And we don't make it like super crazy, overly difficult for brand new people either. I was like, how is that gatekeeping? And of course, there's no answer, but man, these stupid motherfuckers.
Crickets.
These stupid.
Put some cricket emojis on there right now.
And Alan, come on, man. We don't fuck. I mean, BDGE, they're cool, but I mean, even today it was funny. They still pop up on my feed, and it's probably because a lot of people who watch like our show, like watch his show too. So just like by the algorithm, and I, you know, like it just pops up. And it was 6 players that your idiot league mates are avoiding that you should draft. You want to know who the first one was? Calvin Ridley. Like, come on, bro. We're talking about like 4th and 5th round players right now. They're saying people are avoiding. Get out of here. And I just commented. I was like, man, it's getting harder and harder to like even watch a minute of these videos. Like, you're only preaching to the casuals that like know nothing.
And he's not any good.
No.
I mean, I don't know if he got better now. I stopped fucking with
this video came out today that I'm talking about. This video came
I'm talking about I stopped fucking with this dude shit years ago because of like just the grandstands.
What about this?
Like, I mean, sounds really cool being able to read the stats and being able to make your points using PFF and stuff like that. And like, because of guys like that in the beginning, like I made a point to utilize these same tools and whatnot. And I was just like, yo, like it only, I'm still gonna analyze things the way I do. And that ultimately is like remove those tools now. And it's like, yo, he sucks, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's not any good. Schmitty, guys like that, they're not any good.
And I mean, it's just one of these things like I understand preaching to the casuals, and I don't want to like.
You know what Schmitty said? So Spencer sent me this, and I don't follow Schmitty, but like, Schmitty's is open. So he sent me a thing on his Instagram. It was like, #1 running back in fantasy this year, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
I fucking died, bro. I was like, damn, bro.
Like, could it happen? Is there a world? Yes, but
it's like how fucking low as fuck hanging fruit as fuck is that though? You know what I mean?
This is just making sure that all these rookies.
These guys were never like Josh Jacobs is gonna break out. They were never like, you know what I mean? They were no.
Especially when Schmitty's one of those guys taking the biggest stances on Lance and pretty much killing him, you know. Like
he's trying to kill Bijan. That's exactly what Spencer said. He said first he did it with Kyla, then now he did it with Lance, and now he's trying to do it with Bijan. He's like, enough is enough.
well, see, here's what's crazy is like, okay, I love the fantasy footballers. I'm still in the Foot Clan because I felt like it'd be bad like karma to pull my $4.20 per month out. So I still got that going, even though I pay attention to it.
About that guy, I bought Mike Wright a shot.
Zero, even though, you know, it's adding to anything that I'm doing by like 0%. But like, we have to know who their my guys are and who they're promoting because we have to be off of those guys. BDGE, same shit. If they're pushing so hard for like certain guys, like these are the guys who are going to affect like the ADP. Like, I'm not saying it's going to affect all of our leagues, but
because they're the biggest guys, they're the biggest leagues in the game.
Yeah, and like goofy people are going to listen to them.
You know, they really inspired me because I was like, if only I had a bazillion goofies. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, wait, Alan says, I only like IDP if the scoring allows your players to get your team the W. Well, if you play an IDP 1, 2, 3, it does. And
you know what's funny is like, that's the most, hey, listen, bro, it's like I only like any player. I only like any player on my fantasy team that gets me the W. Duh.
This is exactly why a lot of people hate IDP because they're in stupid ass leagues with stupid commissioners where IDP makes a zero difference on like the team. So like, yeah, Alan, it should be that way because that's the only way.
Yeah, like
it's actually worth it. That's the way that we do.
Pull up one of our joints, bro. Just show somebody like one of our joints, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just show somebody a lineup real quick.
And he said Sacks and IDPs don't make my clamshell wiggle. Well, see, it's because you don't play in IDP leagues, bro. Like if you did and you were getting
sacks are 6 points. Sacks are 6 points in real IDP leagues. So you know what I mean? That's fucking awesome. Picks are 6 points.
If your clamshell wiggles when your player scores a touchdown.
And why do you have a clamshell? Isn't like clams oftenly referred to as a slang term for vagina?
Well, we've
like,
talked about
I'm just saying, like a clam burger.
Hey, we gotta be politically correct. We gotta be politically correct. It's now called a bonus hole. Remember?
Yeah, a bonus hole. Formerly known as vagina is usually commonly referred to as clam things. So I'm sorry, IDP doesn't make your vagina wiggle.
Well, no, it's because he played in IDP leagues with shitty scoring. Like that's usually the issue. Is like
you got to play on sleeper, man. Where the default is like the way we played. The way the default became the way that.
Here's the thing, though. We got dumbasses who go to sleeper and are like, "Let me change this default," you know, and let me like just try to get like.
Let me make it like the IDPs on Yahoo. Really whack.
When sleeper's the only one who actually like took a scoring system that like. I guess people amongst the community were
like our leagues because our teams, like my team, consists of two sides of the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got 10 starters on this side, 9 starters on defense. You know what I mean?
I'm sure your clamshell wiggles when one of your running backs or wide receivers scores a touchdown. In our league, sacks and interceptions count for the same exact points. Just imagine if you got a sack and a touchdown in one play.
I mean,
your bonus hole would be very happy.
Yeah, it'd be wiggling, I guess. Shaking. The clam bakes.
Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
He has the digs on the heavy clam bakes.
And Office, and I like the fantasy footballers because they're funny. But they're
entertaining.
Yeah,
I actually went to one of their live shows and like
anybody wants to
look it up. So I just, you know me, I'm cause a scene, bro. I'm just standing on
Frisco,
the fucking chair.
Frisco?
Yeah, it's Frisco. You know what I'm saying? The first, I mean, shit, watch, you could even pull it up.
I mean, this has to be one of their first like live shows, right?
Yeah, it's one of them. Just put it's probably easy to find it. And then in the beginning, they come out and then like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, wow, this crowd is lit. And
I doubt if they'd even be able to have shit. They weren't doing YouTube from the beginning.
No. This was in 2018. They were already popping. They're doing live shows like they're
16. Okay.
Yeah, like they're touring the live show at this point. You know what I mean? And like they said they were coming to Frisco. I told my brother, like I told Candlestick, I was like, we're going. He's like, hell yeah. Because you know, at this point, I've been fucking with their show for like since 2014.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like 4 years in. And it's ironically, I started doing content the next year and I just never really fucked with their shit after that.
Yeah,
but like
I mean, we could probably find this on like the podcast version, but it's nowhere on YouTube.
It's nowhere on YouTube. Fantasy Football's live San Francisco.
Yeah, that's why I pulled up. It's showing all their random episodes from 2018, but no live events.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's all things like just during the season.
I've sent you before that. I remember, like, it's like, but it was dope because, like, I'm standing on. I mean, they don't show me, but you can hella hear me. You know, I'm very distinctive voice, and like, I'm wearing my Austin 3-6 t-shirt, and I got camo pants, and I got a Niner camo hat, and I'm the reigning champ in our league, so I got my belt with me. And I'm just standing on the thing, I'm hella jaw jacking and shit, and like, they come out, they're like, man, this crowd is lit. Right, and they're like, and then Mike Wright goes, especially that guy right there. And then they start kind of getting on me. They're like, Andy Holloway goes, "Hey, bro, how long you had that shirt for? Like 15 years?" And then Mike Wright corrects him, "Man, Stone Cold was way longer. He probably had that shirt longer." And you can just hear me.
But yes, if you play in single QB leagues and all that, just the super default leagues, but. I used to listen to them most when I had a 9-to-5 job and the headphone, the AirPod was in and just listening to it. Got multiple hours to kill just like doing stupid work at a computer for someone else.
Yeah. You see, I never fucked with their podcast version. I always like to watch their shit. That shit was always funny to me.
What up, Ecumania?
And it was cool. I hella identified. What up, Yuku? I hella identified with Mike Wright because he had the music background and he, he did all the sound engineering for the show. And then they all came from, they all were just these nerds that worked in a fucking video game company together. And then the show, the first iteration was just them having a show talking shit about their league mates. And like Jason,
as they've made more money, they kind of, it's like why I don't like Pat McAfee going over to ESPN. Like as you get a little bit more corporate.
Well, okay, how about this?
A little bit more bland.
I've seen them be in the studio, and then I've seen the studio transform over time. Right. Then I've seen them get a building.
Yeah.
And then I've seen that studio remodel over a time. And this is all in within that first 4 years I was fucking with them. You
remember the goofy the water bets that they have?
Yeah, they have an app and that shit. They made a grip off that app.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about I didn't even know about that.
They have a water app. Fucking
the bets that they would do where it would be someone saying someone's going to do better. What?
Yeah. Okay.
And then at the end of the season, here's what paying off the water bet is: getting a tiny little cup of water and pouring it on their head. In
Arizona. In Arizona.
Yeah. It's just to the point where, if you're...
we had a punishment. I told you this. A punishment in our league was we syrup and feathered somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where this person stood...
These guys are getting paid to make content. You can't make better content.
It was in writing that there would be a 5-foot little square thing that this person's going to stand in while we all watch the Super Bowl in the backyard.
Yeah.
And then everyone gets one shot at a time. You know what I'm saying? With this pillow for the feathers. But here and there, we'll just douse them with fucking syrup.
Yeah. You know and seeing that's just what it is. If you're just too squarish, I don't know. I just can't listen to that stuff anymore.
I like how it gets you riled up though, because with the people talking shit about IDP, because it's most of those people don't play in those leagues, or if they have, they don't have a good experience, or flat out. 9 times out of 10, people that just don't win in leagues, period, they get mad at fantasy, period. How many times those casual people, when they don't win, you know what they say? I'm done with football right now, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm done with football this year, bro.
One league and you lost.
No, shut the fuck up, you bitch.
Dennis, I'm about to pull your video up right now. Super excited to see it. And Alan said, so how much if a player sacks a QB, that's 6 points, causes the fumble, 3 points, that's 9, recovers it, another 3 points, that's 12, and runs it in for a TD, that's another 6.
His name is Rayshon Jenkins. Rayshon Jenkins, week 15. For those that don't, I bet you this guy don't even know who Rayshon Jenkins is. Probably safety for the Jacksonville Jaguars, going up against the Cowboys. Week 16, was it? Yeah, week 16 last year.
15. I think it was first week of the playoffs.
Week 15, puts up 52 points. 52.
He had 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, a shitload of tackles. Like, it was ridiculous.
He had like 18 solos and like 10 assisted. Like those 18 solos is what, 26 points already?
And here's why. I mean, it's kind of like Austin.
36. That's 36 points already for those 18 solo tackles.
Yeah. And
Fire.
so Austin Eckler, he talks shit about, like, he's like, yeah, I'm seeing like backup running back or backup wide receivers, you know, making more money than me. I mean, it's crazy that like people are so worried about like 4th string running backs, but you're not worried about a Roquan Smith, a Nick Bolton, you know, like literally
Right.
some of the best athletes in the NFL who make the most impact plays.
You know what's annoying when I'm
Either
trying
side
to
of the
buy
ball.
when I'm trying to buy one of those bench guys, and I'm like, here's Rayshawn
Derek said
Jenkins.
Bogey just had to mention that game again.
But I'm like, you know, I'm like trying to buy bench players in Dynasty, right? Like, and I'm sending, like, I think I just bought a Cameron Curl. It was like Cameron Curl for Van Jefferson, something like that. See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But he was initially, when I came around knocking, he was like, what about Rayshawn Jenkins? He's like, he's old, man. No, I don't care if he's old.
Yeah.
He's in his prime, you mean?
He's
He's a beast.
He will die on my roster.
Yeah, and at the same time, that's not Van Jefferson worthy. What? You know what I mean? There's a thing here because I'm already supplanted in it, and this guy that's on the other side of the deal, he's supplanted in it. We're throwing back. We know there's values to this shit on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's why even initially in a lot of those dynasty leagues, when I was making trades, I started realizing, damn, I need to start throwing in like these IDPs in there, because then just to make deals, like, hey, sweeten it up, throw this in there. You know what I mean? Like, just because I'm like, fuck, I need them IDPs plus. You know what I mean? Like, and them they're hitting, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't got the IDPs projected yet. But you know what I'm saying? When you get into the year, if you're not projected like 350 and up, or you can't really box with any of us, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's just
we don't really play chess without half the board, you know? Like, I mean, what's fun about that? That shit gets real boring.
You show me a man who says I can play chess with half the board, and I will show you a liar.
What up, Carl? He said, isn't syrup and feathering insensitive to chickens and Canadians?
No, because like first of all, I didn't know. First of all, tar will probably really fuck someone up. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Then I'd have to rent a truck and heat the tar. It was a whole thing. And the feathers, they're artificial these days. Come on, we're eco-friendly.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be feathered with like legit feathers, like anymore.
Or tar.
No,
because it's tar and feathered. It's a little bit of modification.
All right, here we go. Here's the video that Dennis said. And he said his daughter, well, I mean, she's really young, but he said that his daughter was told that she would never walk again. And here's the miracle of medical marijuana. That's awesome.
That's fucking beautiful, dude.
There we go. All right, go. Move those feet. Move those feet.
That's awesome. She's super
Damn,
excited.
That's great. That almost made me cry right there, man.
Defying the odds, man. Like anyone who hates on weed, like has never seen any of these kind of things, because like, yeah, it's not just about stoners getting high. Like, man, I don't even think people realize like why I smoke so much weed. Do you have any idea how much stress and anxiety goes into like life? I know most people do. That's why
you know what's crazy with weed is like, I think I was just saying this the other day, that one, you know, I was reminiscing about one time many moons ago when my girl was like, are you really gonna smoke weed for the rest of your life every day? I said, fuck yeah. I said, motherfuckers tried to kill me before and they were almost successful. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, I'm you know what I mean? Other motherfuckers is popping pills or doing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then at the same time too, like trying to stay focused. You know what I mean? Like, these things that happen to me don't define me. These things that like, these are the things I think of when I'm on weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get introspective and I'm more compassionate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting online, getting angry at IDP enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying?
I can have a professional conversation with these kind of guys.
Right? Smoke some weed, you fucking Midwest fucking stereotype.
Hell yeah, man. Dennis, that's fucking amazing to see, bro.
Yeah, man, that was beautiful, man. Hey, man, God is good, bro.
Hell yeah.
The universe is the fucking man, it's the shit.
And
bro.
he's in a place where, man, I mean, weed is. I mean, not now. I mean, now they finally, they made the transition of getting it, fully legal for recreational. And man, reefer madness was how many fucking years ago, man? Like anybody who still believes any of this propaganda shit about reefer madness, like
I mean, it was really all about the paper and oil and gas industry, because the rise of hemp was about to like shit on all of that, because hemp was like this wonder shit. Like there's like early.
Oh, we could make T-shirts. We could make this. We could make.
We can make whole bumpers and cars out of it, like almost damn near indestructible. Like there's, those early crank cameras.
Yeah,
they have like footage of those type of cameras where it's like the OG Ford, whatever Ford that made the cars or whatever, like in the early 1900s, and he got a mallet and he's just slamming the mallet against the bumper of the car, and the bumper's made of hemp, and he's like, it's fucking amazing. I mean, you can't hear him saying it, but you can tell he's like bigging it up. You feel me? He's like, yo, this is about to change the industry. And then like, what I'm saying, then the paper industry too. It was like like, what I'm saying, the newspapers, all the shit, how people got their information, what I'm saying, like in this day and age, and now what I'm saying, like now it's about to be printed on this new fucking wonder plant, this fucking amazing thing, and then all the hemp oils, that shit'll burn forever and not toxic, and this and all that, like fuck kerosene. And then Rockefeller was like, screw that.
Yeah.
Schedule One, that son of a bitch. Those jazz musicians, they be smoking that crazy reefer.
What? Crispy said, I think Jay Leno owns a hemp car. That's dope.
Yeah, bro.
It's got to be an old ass fucking.
It's an old ass car. Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones where like the tires are made of like wood type of shit. You know what I mean? Or like,
is it legit? Like the van in Cheech and Chong's.
Shit.
That one's made out of weed, obviously. At least that's what the story is. But they said the entire thing made of weed. And Yaku Mania said, marijuana saved my life, and that's no joke. My family, alcoholic and real drug addiction, said marijuana kept me from addiction. God is good. Bro, like there's nothing but alcohol.
I love that story, bro, because I relate to that story because, man, I got a hella homies that like they were controlled by controlled substances. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
It's crazy, bro, because it comes to a point where they're not the person you knew and love anymore, and like they trying to leverage the fact that they are, that we're supposed to be viewed that way. You feel me? And like, then you letting them borrow money, and next thing you know, I'm like, I gotta cut you off, bro. You a knock. And in parentheses, for those that don't know what a knock is, that's a dope fiend, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and I hate to see that
shit. People who need
happen to the best of them. You know what I mean? And weed, you don't never hear about that. Nobody with no weed, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit, like even people who are, the cigarette people, the people who need to have a certain amount of cigarettes, that shit's dope.
I've been there, man.
The people who need to have a drink of alcohol, like not want it, but like legit need it. You're having withdrawals, from it. Like, man, that shit is a drug. Caffeine, the motherfuckers who need that coffee in the morning, or they are just not right. Like that is.
They be the first ones. They be holding their cup of coffee. The first ones looking down on their nose. That motherfucker's on. these reefer heads and.
What's so funny in Weeds, the show Weeds, I know you haven't really fucked with that, but the main chick, Nancy, she ends up selling weed to one of like the seniors in high school or whatever, and he's already had weed, but he said his guy's out or whatever, so he goes to her and she was like, just remember, don't get high on your own supply. and he gets out of the car, and there's like 10 Starbucks like cups that like fall out. And he was like, don't kid yourself, Miss B. Caffeine's one hell of a drug, too. Yeah. So she, thumbing her nose down at someone who smokes weed, but she's a coffee addict like nobody's business.
So we had this teacher. His name was Mr. Hanson, but we all called him Mr. Muff. And Mr. Muff is because he looked like his hair was like a muffin top. You know what I mean? Like, and they've been calling him Mr. Muff for many moons before I even was in his class. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Muff, it was the art building, so it was like its own thing. You know what I mean? Like, and there was a back to it where they had tables back there, if they, because they would do like certain projects back there or whatever the fuck. But he would go back there and smoke. You know what I'm saying? Smoke cigarettes.
One of my uncles. Good.
He was such a smoker that he had to smoke before and after each class. You know what I mean? So it's like you could always be late to that class. You never be tripping because he'd be back there smoking. Or in our case, we would just go back there and smoke. And he's like, "Oh, you guys can't." I'm like, Mr. Muff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't smoke back here. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, we would just be burning back there, man. Smoking cigarettes. Like, I would just leave. I'll be done with my work in class, go back there, smoke a cigarette.
Savages.
You can't do that. Oh, really, Mr. Muff? You know what I mean? I remember my illest sculpture I made was a head sculpture of him, like his head.
Yeah.
And everybody was dying, bruh.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, because he was like, he had the push broom mustache, he had the muff top, like it was like a look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was like suspended in time from the 70s, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
See,
like,
one of my uncles, actually the uncle who like, because he was a heroin addict and just like on it, off it, and just like it was just always a thing.
what was his niche though?
Was
he an artist? Like, did he make things like? Because usually they got something dope they do.
No, he was just like he was just a bum that lived at my grandma's.
So and I'm just basing this based solely on Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah, he was just a bum living at my grandma's house for the longest time. But then he actually goes and like he didn't go to jail or anything. Like he actually like legit got sober, like finally hit like rock bottom. And I don't even know how old he was when that happened, but like he legit started another life, got married. I mean, the lady who got married to, like she had a couple kids already, but it's pretty much their dad. And it's crazy because then he gets hurt. Like he's working for the city. He's like,
no, and he has to get on opiates.
Yeah, and like he even asked me, he's like, man, can you please hook me up with some weed?
Oh,
and
there
like,
you go.
like I hooked him up, but like it's still one of those things to where like that's all they wanted to do was pump him up with all that shit. And he didn't like go off. I mean, he passed away. He didn't go off the deep end and start like going into any of the drugs besides that. But like that was like the last part of his life is just being doped up with the opioids for his knee that's all fucked up.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, like,
fuck that.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, a long time ago, I had slashed my finger. I've told this story before, but so make a long story long. So I'm in the hospital and they're stitching me up, and they're like, "Oh, do you want anything for the pain?" Right? And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, and what's crazy is that they would ask you, you know what I mean? Narcos or Percocets or Vicodin," and I'm like, "Oh, Narcos," right? And then she comes back, she goes, "Wait a second, it says here that you're allergic to Vicodin, so then you would be allergic to all these." Because I guess somewhere along the time when I went like with some other like emergency room trip,
tried to get it.
I was trying to get like Narcos, I guess, instead of the Vicodin they were trying to give me.
It's got the same type of shit. Like,
and then I was like, "Oh, that's right, I'm not a pharmacist." You know what I mean? I just like, "Yeah, sure, give it to me."
You're just trying something that logically you thought.
Yeah, because I wanted like something stronger than none of you know. Yeah, it's Vicodin. I think I'm allergic to those.
And Christmas had cigarettes.
Because are gonna put that in the, you know what I mean, to the system.
Yeah,
like, and it's of course, get anything ever.
Of course, it's big tobacco.
They'll give me the extra strength fucking like Tylenol shit. They'll give me like 500 milligrams. I'm like, screw that. I don't even need it.
And of course, Crispy, it's big tobacco that are the real dealers. That's why weed's not getting legalized, in so many states so quick. They said it's highly taxed. Like tobacco's got to be taxed more.
They're getting me right now. Look, I'm smoking a backwood full of weed.
So what do cigarettes get taxed? I mean, I remember they used to be like $5 like a pack, right? And then
it's like, not even, bro.
No, I'm talking. You got to go back. Like, I mean, yeah. But now, I mean, 90s. Like shit was hard to be $5, $3.
Like back in the 90s, it was like $3. I remember 1999.
Okay, when did you start buying cigarettes, Bogey?
You said 1999.
There you go.
At the beginning of freshman year, because the liquor store that I've been going to all my life playing video games, now all of a sudden he's like, "All right, let's corrupt them." You know what I mean?
And how do you remember how much?
It was like $350.
That's what I'm saying, $350, and now those shits are like all.
But the Newports back then were $5.
Yeah,
right.
You had to pay more to get.
We were on the Marble Menthols before I really was like, "Yo, these Newports are what it do." You know what I mean? That didn't take long. It was like by the time I was a sophomore, I was already smoking Newports and shit. Like, And then the Newports, they fucked me up pretty good because I was like, you know, when you're young, you just smoking like a chimney, smoking weed, we smoking Vegas. We were smoking Vegas. That was like our thing in high school. We smoked like Vegas and shit. So it's like hella harsh, everything. Newports, Vegas.
For sure.
And then like by the time I was a senior, we only pulled on like backwoods or Swishers and or those stupid ass wraps. And
Damn, see, look at that. Antonio said Marlboro Menthols was my shit, 2 for $5.
See, and they would come, and then on the box, it'll come in 2 boxes with a sleeve. It'll say not for resale, right? But then when you go to them Asian joints that I grew up at, when you buy singles, that's how he's busting them down.
Yeah, because then because what would he sell the singles for, like $1?
Well, it was 3 for $1. Well, back in the days, it was 4 for $1. Then by the time I was a senior, it was 3 for $1. And if you got one, it was 35 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was real particular. He'd be in there counting the pennies out.
Fucking savage. Might as well have just charged 2 for $1 or 1 for $1. Like it doesn't.
I mean, you know that
the more he sells you, the more you're going to be coming back. So either way.
By the time we was like old enough to, I never went to that liquor store really like after that. By the time we got old enough to just go anywhere, you know what I mean? And that was like in the hood that we was just always there on the side of it. Like, oh, meet me at Easy Mart. You know what I mean? Meet me at Easy. I'm at Easy. Like motherfuckers have fought back there hella times. You know what I mean? Hella deals went down there allegedly. It always be like meet me at the Easy. Or like you would just see fools there. And then like I remember like getting older, and shout out to this rapper. His name is After Some, and it's funny because I actually ended up being a regular at one of our studios. But like when he was a youngster, like banging the block and shit. You know, now we're older. I'm like maybe like 6-7 years older than this dude, and we're in the hood. We're just like pull up to Easy, and he's like, "Where y'all from?" And we're like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? That shit was just funny because I always bring that up to him. I remember you, youngster, when you was out there like brandishing your shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, man? Shut up, youngster.
And shout out to Dennis. He said, speaking of big tobacco, 1 month and 3 days cigarette. Good shit.
We'll never look back.
Because really, the first 30 days, like those are the hardest, right? Where you can still have like physical withdrawal.
This is what they say, right? So
I don't know. I gotta ask.
Well, yeah, but they say it's like 2 weeks of the physical withdrawal, because like when you're like a crazy avid smoker, like you know what I'm saying, like I was at one point too, where it's like it's just fixed in your schedule and your nervous system is fixed to it. So you'll feel that urge to smoke when on times that you're usually smoking.
If you're an old ass person, like
mental aspect, but it's the mental aspect that takes that. Like for example, like a lot of people, they'll replace it with something. See, it's easier for weed heads because we could just smoke the weed. You know what I'm saying? But like other people, they might replace it with food, and then like food's crazy because it's like oh shit, because after you eat, you want to smoke, and it's like this vicious cycle, and then all of a sudden like oh man, what happened, man? You letting it go, man? You put on a few, like I quit smoking, like you know what I mean? Like sometimes
makes sense.
And there's
even in Jackie Brown, like they're smoking, and she was like, "You ever quit?" He's like, "Yeah, but then I put on 10 pounds," and she was like, "Yeah, that's why I never quit."
I mean, because it's like a diet. I mean, that's if you go back to like 50, 60 years ago, they're promoting women as a diet. Like
it's a stimulant, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm taking shit. You know, some of my earliest memories is like smelling a cigarette in the house, and I'm like, oh, my dad's taking a dump. He would just be in there smoking a cigarette. You know, back then too, you'd have like magazines, so he in there like reading. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, those are the savages, right? You got your coffee, you got your cigarette. You know,
are you gonna ashy? You just lift the leg, right in the toilet, or you just if you know what I'm saying, because you don't want to get it right by the balls. Like, ooh, ah. You know what I mean?
Oh man, and see, Carl knows. He said research shows high bartenders are better bartenders. Not only do they overpour, but they think your jokes are funny, and they genuinely like to talk to you. Could you imagine, like every shitty job in the world where you have to deal with people? Could you imagine dealing with those people on weed? Like you really won't give a shit about half the things that they say, or take it, you know, get all butthurt about it because like you just won't think about it.
Okay. See, I gotta address this, right? Because this fucking we cut the show off. I didn't get to say anything. The other day we were shitting on someone who like changes his voice, right? And like, but it's funny because this guy Tyrant that I'm speaking on, right? You know, it's more so like I think he has like a problem like finding out who or knowing who he is. You know what I mean?
A lot of people have that issue for sure.
Yeah, and like versus like when like if I'm talking to someone, it's a natural inherent in me to like try to put on a facade of a square, because for years and years I would have to speak like this and I'd be dirty. You know what I mean? Like, or like living next to someone and they don't have any idea what the fuck is really going on next to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I can't shake that. It's crazy. Like,
Stranger
you know what I mean?
what up, stranger? So he said he was a senior in 88, 89. He said, I got a pack of Marlboros, a bottle of Pepsi, and 1.33 gallons of gas, $4 per day. I mean, it's so funny. That's like the Devin the Dude song where he's, let me get 2 gallons of gas, 2 Budweisers, and 2 cigarillos. And then the guy's like, $15. What? He's like, all right, just give me 1 gallon of gas, 1 Budweiser, and then 1 cigarillo. Fuck it. Like that was in 05 when gas hit $5 for the first time.
A war is going on, so you know what I mean? Like
when I started driving was literally 2 years before that, and it went from like I remember it was under $2 when I started driving. It was like 190 or like 180 something. Yeah. And it fucking went up to $5 within a couple of years. I mean,
man, we had the dope fiend rentals by that point. Where it was like, you know what I mean? Somebody will let us borrow a car for something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence the dope fiend rental, you know what I mean?
If you were driving with your windows up back then and you were like pumping the AC like you were a baller, like it was ridiculous.
Has that ever been dispelled? Is that true? Like AC does contribute to the gas being burnt up?
It's got to. I mean,
it's got to, right? Because or otherwise, god damn it, we've been fun of this motherfucker. Roll the windows down. It's 100, bro. Fuck this.
Because it comes.
Man, gas has been safe. What was the highest you ever seen it?
Gas?
8 something, damn near 9.
See, like that's what's crazy is because like we got the fuck out of California before it was 6. It was still in the 5s.
I'm just trying to remember, like
at least where we were. I mean, I
guess you're right. I guess I've never seen it more than 7. I mean, more than 8, I should say. You know, I've seen it
probably only in specific areas where it's
and I am in the Bay Area. Like I guess in the Bay Area in LA will probably
like I never went to LA during that time. I'm sure it would have been 7, 8.
Shit, bro, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. You get to sit in that traffic and fucking with the AC on. You had to be a boss.
Yeah. Fuck all that. Yeah, see, I mean, not the Costco. And I guess that was another reason too. I've always had the Costco card and all that. So no matter what, Costco is cheaper than everywhere else. Like even now, I mean, shit, what is it now? Is it 4?
It's funny because
3 or 4 something, but it's way it's like 4.25, like 4.20. Like pretty much everywhere.
My dad was always adamant you put the right gas in the right car. Like the right, whatever the car is, you put the right gas in it. He was always adamant about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you want to know the coolest thing that I still remember? You know, we could just say it was a little side hustle. How about that? So when I worked in Vaughn's, like it was just when they opened up the gas stations. And at this particular one that I worked in, it was like every $100 you spent, you got $10 off of gas. But from where we were, it was kind of like a ritzy neighborhood, and like it was probably like maybe like 5 or 10 miles like towards the beach, where you had to like go
right near the beach.
Boy. So nobody wanted to do that. I was telling people about it. They're like, I'm not fucking driving over there. So I was doing this for like a couple weeks, like just letting people know. And after I got all that response, pretty much what I started doing would be throwing in my mom's like Vaughn's club number, because it didn't like have her name.
Nice.
And so like it was crazy. I got so good at throwing in the 9-digit number, I could do it like in like half a second. Like when someone was about to slide their card, I would type in the numbers literally before they went like that. That's how quick I could do it.
Hey, that's kind of slick. I ain't gonna lie. That's, you know what I mean? Hence the name, the hustler. You know what I mean? Because if they weren't finna use it anyway, and then it gets them a discount, they're okay.
Well, they were already getting the discount anyways, just from having the Vaughn's card, but it's just part of it. You know, you go and you swipe your card, or you tell a phone number, and you know, you get the discount.
Get your points.
Yeah. And see, but in here, they didn't care about the points because they weren't going to use them anyways. They weren't going to go drive down there, so the points are worth 0 to them. But I would just do this, and
what are these points you speak of?
I would fill up gas 1 time a week, and like, but I would get enough points to where I was getting gas for a penny a gallon. and this is in like 2007 or 8 when gas was going back like.
Yeah, I might even been selling tanks, bro. I mean, like, look, be at the gas station.
Couldn't do that because then they'd know the number that it's coming off of. Because
I'm standing right there. Yeah.
Because if they were smart, they'd go back and just try the number. Because
gas half off, bruh. Half off the gas, bruh. Just find me. I'll be standing there, bruh.
That was the only reason why I didn't hate like driving 20 minutes to work.
Anytime someone found a gas card, it was on. Like, you know, that happens a lot when you live in a metropolitan area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People leave it in the thing. And when they leave it in the thing, everyone's just filling up, bruh. You calling people. You know what I mean? I've been pulled up to a gas station. Dude be like, hey, listen, bruh, you about to fill up? Hey, give me the cash. You can fill up on my card. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. Listen, bro, I'll give you 2 for half. Like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'll give it to you for a quarter. All right.
It's all free anyways.
Yeah, pull up right here, though. You got to pull up on this one. Okay.
That's like when Carlton, remember when Carlton goes to the hood? Want to get one of these Gucci bags? He's like, give me 500. No, all right, 400. All right, come on, 100. All right, $5. It got all the way down to $5. Still didn't understand what was going on. That's how naive he just is to everything. Damn,
they just want to see if he, on top of that, if he had money, they'll rob him.
Yeah, this is crazy. Marty said it was $1.25 per gallon here during COVID. That's insane.
What?
Peacock said he pumped gas $2.78 2 weeks ago. Said $3.18 yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, over there, I can only imagine in Texas, the rivers run with gasoline. They just bathe in it.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. Yes, and Dennis said 334 in Minnesota, around that right now. I mean, it's like 370 here in Vegas. I mean, what's it still in California though? I mean, that's Costco, 370, 420 everywhere else.
Oh, where you're at?
Yeah. What's it in Cali?
It's closer to 6.
Damn, yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're going to Costco, I mean, so I wouldn't know because we be doing a Costco shop, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tina said, mail me some gas, Crispy. It's $5.75 here. Exactly right.
Oh, see, and I said I only know about Costco. See, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Crispy said it's $3 over there right now.
You got to go to like the Rotten Robbie, or you got to go to the little small joints. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like those ones, like they just like, I feel like it's bad dope being cut up. There's like filling it more with water or something. Like,
hey, bro, don't tell them the family's secret.
But it is, right? It's got to be something like that.
Just roll the beautiful bean footage.
Gotta be something.
Telling them the family recipe, bro.
Cutting it up. And all right, so we got a couple more pieces of news here. So how about Julio Jones getting linked to the Patriots now that D-Hop has found a home? They get him for nothing.
Tannehill, anyone? I'd be like, Julio
to the Patriots, not the
Julio
Titans.
as a 3 is
to the
awesome.
Patriots. To the Patriots.
To the Patriots.
Yeah. That's what I said. But this is like the news that we get right after D-Hop finds a home. Okay, now we get another.
I maybe should have heard you better. You know what? You know what's funny about it? I don't want anything to New England to change anymore. So Juju could be something. You know what I mean? Because they're already talking about switching to 12 personnel as their base package. And if they're going to do that, that puts only 2 receivers on the field at times. And because you got to remember, they are going to run the ball a significant amount of times. Like, this is just Belichick's mindset, no matter what. So I will say, like, they will be like, they're all of a sudden they're going to jump up there with like the Ravens of old and like Seattle of last year, where they're going to have like 3 tight end sets even. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Like, Julio wouldn't even be on the field like that if he's the number 2. And I don't even think I want a number 2. You know what I'm saying? Because want him to be I don't even think he'll be the number 2, I should say, because you got Parker over there who's just an able body. Like Julio will be in like those 3rd down packages, maybe like 3rd and longs. Just
if anybody thinks Julio is gonna take away anything from anybody, just pass me that weed, because like he has not been anything for like years. He can't even stay on the field for
That's
like.
What I'm saying. Like he was. There was rumors that he was gonna retire about
And
there was rumors he was going to retire 6 years ago when he got like this turf toe surgery because like
Yeah.
a lot of times they just don't come back the same. So it was like a heavy consideration. I mean, look
Emil-
at somebody like who's your favorite IDP guy? He made you an honorary Niner.
Patrick Willis.
Right. And you know that what stopped him was the turf toe. Like over and over, he's getting these little minor surgeries. Then he had to get a big one. He's like, listen, I'm never gonna be able to play to the caliber I did before ever. So he just made a conscious decision to retire. When I heard that happened to Julio, I was like, damn. And then we saw 5-6 years of like bad Julio, you know what I'm saying? Or 5 years at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Emil, don't even worry about Julio going over there if he does. But
It's good for reality. Like he's gonna be, you know, like I mean,
it's
this
bad for
also
Tyquan Thornton, and Office said Thornton low key bench stash. I mean, with what we heard, I mean,
he got some undisclosed things going on now. He might not even be right. He might even start the year on the pup.
Tissue issue, and
He might have to get a surgery. He's getting a surgery that's undisclosed, and like he's gonna start the year on the pup is what they're thinking. So
well, no. They said he's more than likely going to start training camp.
oh, okay.
On the
I read
on the
I read
active
that
pup, but that doesn't mean it can't.
Oh, okay, training camp pup. Okay.
Yeah, but still doesn't mean it can't translate to the season if like nothing like gets
And
better.
then their other guy, Butte, is Booty, apparently. Just it's not just a clever name.
Yeah, he might get cut altogether.
So, you know, and then they retain Parker. It goes to show you how badly they need a motherfucker.
And they gave like Parker is the one who I low key want because Bill Belichick doesn't give people money unless they're going to contribute.
And like, you know, maybe I'll segue to this. You know, I was laughing about it yesterday when we were talking about Belichick could potentially be on the hot seat, and they're saying this has kind of been going on since midseason 2019, and last year was kind of like where there's normally a stroke of genius, it was like a stroke of arrogance that he can go in and morph one of his renowned D coordinators into an offensive coordinator with a QB going into his third year, right? Second year, a second year, which so it's very tender.
Who are you talking about? No,
Mac Jones, right? It's a very shit situation to put your young QB in, right? Like, so that, you know, and it's kind of insane and old and senile, but there's only one old and senile so far, and that's crazy old Pete. You know what I'm saying? Because I refuse to believe that with the old evil emperor Bill Belichick. But at the end of the day, it is kind of head scratching. So at least they're getting things back in order, bringing in a Bill O'Brien and getting the band back together, so to speak, ever since Josh McDaniels left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Office said Booty is a joke. Parker is more valuable for sure. Butte probably not even going to make the team. Like,
and
nothing good about him. Like
going back to when they had McDaniels, we did see a couple big flash games with Parker having a real connection with Mac Jones, and then instead of now an Edelman, and then they bring in a fucking Jacoby Myers. My baloney has a first name. Now they bring in a Juju to be that role, a big slot guy who could also play outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually like, I like this for Mac Jones because Mac Jones is like one of those like third QBs I'll end up with here and there. But you know, like I said, here and there, because people still take him as a QB too in Superflex, which is crazy.
I mean, QB2 could be just top 24 though, you know. So I mean, even if we could, I mean, 24. I mean, shit, we're still in the bottom.
We should treat Mac Jones like shit. We should be getting him at super dirt value. You know what I mean?
It should be. I don't have him ranked at 24. Like I have other people ranked in front of him. I think he's like 27 on my list right now.
Mac Jones or Sam Howell?
Howell, I got like a couple spots higher.
See, me too. I'm with you because Mac Jones, no matter what, too, they're still going to threat the fact that they're just going to punch it in when they're down there.
Yeah,
I think Mac Jones is a very competent QB. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some kind of correlation with him and Bill O'Brien too. I think he came in and like mentored or something like that when during the time that he was off.
Yeah,
he went down there. He worked some capacity in Alabama. There's something there. I forget what it is, but So
and, Peacock's dad's a gangster. He said, my dad had these big ass drums and he would fill them up when gas was super cheap. And then gas prices went super high. He would sell it on the side to people at a discount. I mean, that's, you know, that's the American way. Buy low, sell high. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean,
he'd be like, hey, this 4th of July, try not to set the fireworks next to my gas stash. All right.
You remember Broken Arrow when they're like they steal the nuclear weapon and like they're shooting at the thing and John Travolta's so pissed. Will you please not shoot at the nuclear weapon?
I mean, like, just destroy the world, why don't you? We gotta get the money first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And Peacock said that was one of the wildest side hustle I've ever. I mean, that would be a wild side hustle for anybody, but gas prices. I mean, this is during your life. You said you've seen him do this. We saw crazy rising gas that nobody ever fucking saw before we were alive.
yeah, motherfuckers had to get like, it was like before Uber, it was a hustle beat a homie that drove around the homies that didn't have no money, bro. I mean, no money, no car, because they tended to have the money. You know what I mean? They got to go here and there and drop this off and here and there, and the motherfuckers just making money just driving somebody around way before Uber. Gas was expensive. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And let me see, what the hell else do we got here? Okay, so 2 conflicting statements here for the Bucks. So Kyle Trask, he's still a candidate for earning the starting role, but they say that Baker kind of like has the edge right now.
Yeah.
And then Levante David said he was quoting that Baker Mayfield is a great locker room presence, and he's expected to live up to whatever everybody's expecting him to live up to.
Wow, it's funny because it sounds like he had a knife to his throat or a gun to his head. Because Baker Mayfield is the killer. Do you think I'm the killer? Yes. You know what? Because and then I like it's a backhanded comment too. At the same way, speaking of conflicting, right? Conflicting stories. Because in the same statement, he says, "Man, he's a great locker room leader," and I think everyone's gonna be surprised when he lives up to what they expect him to be, or whatever the hell he worded it. Because it's like, what they expect him to be shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
Oh, we expect him to be shit.
I don't know if anyone's expecting him to do anything good, like at all.
I think he should have said. I think he might exceed people's expectations, maybe.
Well, I mean, when you think someone's gonna do shit, and they're like, they're just a shiny piece of shit. I know you can't shine doo doo, like that's what I like.
Can't shine doo doo, baby.
But still, like, I mean, Baker Mayfield's a shiny piece of doo-doo out there right now.
I mean, maybe like a matte finish doo-doo.
And Marty says Gesicki and Henry could be interesting, like a very, very broke person's Gronk and Hernandez. You almost can't even compare the two because I don't think like either one of them.
But, they're coming out saying they're trying to restore that. They're trying to go over the days of old with a 12 personnel.
I mean, we've seen this over the last couple of years. They keep trying and failing with the way that they're using the tight ends. I'm not saying that things can't change, but like they've been horrible
with it.
No, man.
No.
Everybody was getting so hyped about him last year. Like, oh, come on. He's going to be like wide open because like Tyreek and, and Waddle are just going to take it all. Didn't equate to a bunch of like volume at all.
You know what? After yesterday, I went and I sent out a few little really dirt cheap offers for some Hunter Henrys. I mean, a couple third rounds out. Let's see if I can get like 100. Why not?
And see, that's not even dirt cheap to me because that's a top IDP guy, right?
Yeah, and that's how I was selling it, bro. You can get a top IDP with it.
Yeah, but for someone who has Hunter Henry, it just depends on how valuable they are. Like,
if they have Hunter Henry, they can't come off him for a third, bro. I'm sorry for that team.
Right? Like, yeah, they're in dire.
That's why I'm asking them. I'm like, hey, listen, bro, I think you might need this.
Oh yeah, and seeing Office says Pats are cheapskates. They're toast without Brady taking everyone in pay cuts. Yeah, for sure. Well, and a guy like Mac Jones, I mean, yeah, he's not gonna. Even if they do re-sign him to another deal, he's Mac Jones. He's not gonna warrant any kind of any contract that Brady was ever getting. Well, I mean, let's say compared to
here's the thing, Brady was always
to the league highs.
Brady was always of the league high, but he would immediately take the get the cash over cap and restructure and help the team. You know what I mean?
And I think that's what we all really forget. I think the way that the media portrayed this, Brady's taking
he was being team friendly deals.
Yeah, he's not taking pay cuts. They're manipulating
all his money just in a different way off the book.
But you know what? Maybe this is New England manipulating the cap before a lot of people really knew how to manipulate the cap.
I mean, duh.
And they didn't want it in the, worded that way.
Duh. You know what I mean? And also at the same time is like the New England way of things, not letting people really have any outside endorsements for a while. You know what I mean? because it's like, hey, listen, you're getting all your money. Trust me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
all those fools got paid. Gronk's one of the highest paid to ever go down. You know what I mean? Even when they brought in someone like Darrell Revis, he was paid for that 1 year. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like he was close to 20 million. Like he was somewhere in between 15 and 20.
Yeah, I didn't say the 15, something like that was like the guarantee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was somewhere.
I think winning Super Bowl was like one of the incentives. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. And
he was getting the bag, baby.
Crispy said he's been on that way before we started talking about it. He said I got them both in the 19. That's the draft that we started this year. So that means
who's he talking about? Who's talking about? Hunter Henry? Is that what he's talking about?
I'm assuming the Hunter Henry Gesicki.
Get Gesicki with it. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah.
All right, let's see. We got a couple more.
With it.
We got a couple more pieces of news, and we're going to talk about all the running back bullshit at the end. So just make sure you hang around for that. And we're also going to do the draft order race for the Back to the Future division. It is
I'm in this one.
We're going to do that right at the end as well.
Yeah.
So, Hard Knocks is about to start. At least they're going to start, recording everything. The first episode premieres on August 8th. I think that's something that we'll actually do, like a show, maybe like a specific show where we just review it, specifically just talk everything.
Why not?
Yeah. We like
what do they show it on? The HBO?
HBO, yeah.
So I got the Max so I can watch it.
There you go.
I don't want to curse myself, bro. Who is it on?
The Jets.
Oh, I'm gonna curse. I'm already big on I'm already overly excited.
Everybody was already so the curse of Hard Knocks is like the curse of the fantasy footballers. They raise the ADP so much that we have to get these guys so much higher. Like Garrett Wilson's ADP is like as high as it can go already. Brees Hall probably as high as it's gonna go. Aaron Rodgers,
or a guy coming off of ACL too.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is probably the only one that we could get a significant jump in ADP because even in Superflex,
Alan Lazardo.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I hope people get hyped about him and draft him way early. But that I feel is the difference between this year's Hard Knocks and some of the previous ones, where maybe it's like putting guys on the map when they've never really been on the map yet.
His actual name is Lazardo. They dropped the O because his ancestors were running from Mussolini and them.
All right.
I totally made that up, but it sounded
could have fooled me.
That's why that's why I should be writing screenplays.
All right, so Barkley, because he did not sign the franchise tag, he could actually show up late to training camp and there's still no penalty. There's no fine. So, same thing for Josh Jacobs. He didn't sign anything yet. It's crazy because Josh Jacobs apparently was cruising with Max Crosby. I don't know where the fuck they were going, but they were in the car and Josh Jacobs was telling Max Crosby, he's
they were outside the facility, I think.
Yeah. He
hasn't
gone. Yeah, they're just chilling, And he said that he was like, man, we're really close, on this deal. And he wasn't trying to break no 16 mil or anything like that. He just wants to be paid better than a franchise tag running back.
Back-to-back years being a top 3 running back, if not the best in whatever metric in the game.
So
he just led in rushing yards, right?
We're going to talk more RB numbers here soon, but just wanted to throw that out there before we get into a bunch. For the Chiefs, okay, how do you like Sky Moore, or how do you feel about him if he is the team's primary slot receiver?
It's funny because I work with you every day. So this is something I've been saying from Jump Street. Once they let go of Juju, I was like, okay, well, this could be Sky Moore's role, right? Because this is what he was in college. He's a smaller guy, but he has these crazy, abnormally long arms and big hands. You know what I'm saying? And he's a crazy, crispy route runner in the inside, inside or from the slot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and then going to fantasy now, how that would relate is you just got to look at Juju's numbers last year when they played him more like a tight end. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And or just because he was a big slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there was that stretch that I want to point out, like a 6 or I think it was like an 8-game stretch, or maybe like a 6-game, maybe even like 9-game stretch, something ridiculous where he didn't go under 8 targets a game.
Yeah,
give me that connected to Patrick Mahomes in an offense that's going to throw the ball like upwards of 40 times a game. Give me that.
Yeah,
and it goes way later than the hype on Kadarius Toney, and not to say Kadarius Toney can't finish better than him, more yards. You know what I'm saying? Bigger plays in fantasy, but like this guy could be a guy that threatens, like, dare I say,
it's just wild. Marty said that Sky Moore made the transition from cornerback to wide receiver. It's usually the other way around. It's when dudes can't catch that well, but they're fast as fuck and they're good at running routes and keeping up with people.
Or you're the Richard Sherman, where like, you know what I'm saying? They just had these other better receivers, and he's like, you're a really good receiver. You'll make a good corner. It's do it in reverse. And this was Jim Harbaugh that made him make the switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he became one of the better corners we ever saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? It's just like when a QB, when there's like a receiver converted to QB, it's like, you don't really see too many of them outside of Tannehill or like Julian Edelman, but like, being that, knowing where you like to be at. Because as a receiver yourself, you know what I'm saying, or vice versa, like the receivers that converted, the quarterbacks converted to receivers. Like I said, like the Edelmans of the world, he's like a quarterback's best friend.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like.
Man, Marty, that shit would be
dangerous. Sky Moore could be dangerous because he knows how to reverse engineer a lot of these DBs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Marty, this shit would be wild. Just driving through, just rolling in traffic and seeing Crosby and Jacobs just like chilling in the car in traffic.
It's funny because a lot of people, what's his name, Magoobs. He's been trying to go hard on Sky Moore today. This all day, like it's funny how the blurbs come out and it makes people react. You read?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's all we have to go off of.
Like, I love it. This is my favorite time of year. I always point that out. Like whenever you want to trade something, you wait for a positive blurb. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
And then this, immediate. There's a immediate gut reaction. And if there's somebody that's willing to overpay for that reaction, it's like, yeah,
for sure. And
Let's
Crispy, I just saw this notification too on Sleeper. Kendre Miller placed on the non-football injury list to begin camp.
So that means it's whatever injury he was already dealing with, because this didn't happen in the NFL. I think it's the injury he's been nursing since college. I think something like that.
Zero part of this for redraft, maybe like 1% part of this for best ball, like last couple rounds.
Yeah,
I don't want any part of this. If you're not going to be at camp, and you're dealing with the injury, that means you're not going to be up to speed like when the season starts.
Yeah,
no matter what.
You're a new guy and you don't have any draft capital, really. I mean, he's a 3rd rounder, actually. That's pretty decent, actually.
It is, but it's still one of those things. Like we see
still a running back
thrown out with yesterday's laundry. Like when they
got 2 running backs on that roster that they're paying.
Yeah,
Alvin Kamara and Jamali Mall crying as fuck. Signing that deal.
And I still don't think that anything's going to happen to Alvin Kamara for his misdemeanor offense.
Let's go.
But we shall see, though. We shall see. And let's see what else we got. Okay, getting over to the running backs here. Let's go to the Jags. So the running backs coach for the Jags said that Tank Bigsby is the type of back that the Jaguars were looking to add this offseason, and he's lived up to the billing so far. We're going to get a lot. I think we're going to get a lot of 2-back sets. Hopefully, we get ETN going into the role that we always thought, where he's getting a lot of, slot wide receiver work, just catches out of the backfield in general. But I think there's going to be a big 1A, 1B situation with ETN and Bigsby.
I mean, yeah, it's the Doug Peterson system. And last year, the other running backs, they traded away and then got hurt. Like they traded away James Robinson because they wanted to get value out of the guy they're probably going to cut eventually. And then that resulted in they gave it all to ETN. Like ETN is, I mean, it just, hopefully this will start to bake into his ADP and drop him a little bit. You know what I mean? Because then I'll be all about ETN. It's going to be an exciting offense to have a running back in, even if it's in a timeshare or not, even if he's not getting like the tugs, if he's getting a lot of the work between the 20s and he's the hurry up offense running back. Like, you know,
is it not tough to draft him as a top 12 wide receiver, top 12 RB?
I have him because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they drafted Tank Bigsby, I'm like, they're gonna use this guy. He's a totally different type of back, and like it's like it reminds me of like Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, where we just wanted Miles Sanders to get unleashed, and like, but then Jordan Howard was just this guy taking the short yardage.
No, Isaiah Pacheco. This is news that just came in from Pro Football Talk. We got a sleeper update. Pacheco may be added to the PUP list, meaning he would miss the first 6 weeks of the season. So not the active training camp PUP, the legit PUP for the season.
Yeah. I mean, he had like some kind of nose surgery, right?
It was that, and then dealing with a shoulder issue as well.
So he got it all taken care of at once. Yeah, that sucks, but
they need him for the stretch run of the season versus.
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say I'm not worried about his long long term,
especially if we got him in best ball in like the 7th round or some shit like that, you know. But like for you single QB fucks, you know, he might be going like a 3rd or 4th round, you know, just because of the RB dry up hella quick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is obviously it would McKinnon. But who else? Who else is even over there?
I mean, there's like there's probably a crowd of people that are like that they're gonna champion the Rice or what's his name, Prince kid. You know,
yeah.
And it's like, and I wouldn't blame anyone either because now.
Clyde. I keep forgetting his name.
Clyde though, and like
Clyde.
And that's the thing too is like
4 weeks last year.
And Clyde is somebody he's on. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option, so. I can see them trying to utilize him
into the ground in the first 6 games. Like they're probably going
to maybe even like show him off as much as possible. And maybe even he's a
deadline guy.
Trade. I
mean, he did solid last year. Remember, like the first, like he was one of my what ifs. What if he actually finishes as the top 12 or whatever?
Yeah, I think that was
all season.
It was crazy. That was 2 years ago, even because he started like that two seasons in a row, but then he fizzled out like after the first 6 weeks, both years. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
And he was like a touchdown or bust guy. Like it was kind of,
but he was getting the touchdowns. That's why everyone was
it was crazy, and sometimes he was getting multiple.
Marty said Melvin Gordon. Is he even on the practice squad still, or they finally give him the old heave ho?
I mean, yeah, but
either way, McKinnon is not going to be the 100% guy. It's going to be. I mean, no matter what.
I promise you, all it takes is him coming back before preseason and getting in some reps, and then he's in there.
And Dennis said, Fournette and Zeke. I doubt it.
Like it's Pacheco.
Maybe Fournette if they get him super cheap. I mean, great in pass. I mean, I don't know. I guess Fournette and Zeke are both great in pass pro, right? Like, I mean, just
Pacheco's gonna come back by preseason, and he's gonna be the guy, and it's gonna be the same shared backfield. And
this was speculation by Pro Football Talk.
It's not even official. Okay.
No, they said he might.
Because we're talking because he just got this.
We heard because remember the news that we heard is he's really likely to go on the active PUP for training camp.
You know what I like about this is not any like lower extremity injury or hand or like what I mean.
The nose will heal. It just needs to. Can't really get hit in the
nose.
Face.
Always knows.
Can't really be getting smacked in the face by 250-pound linebackers when you got like your nose needs to heal. Like,
hopefully he doesn't come back timid. Maybe he went to get a nose job. He didn't want to tell nobody.
Oh man, maybe.
He was real. Now that I'm in the limelight, real insecure about my nose. So I got my nose.
Longest yard. How's it look after he has to snap it? Oh, it's more defined, kind of like a young Michael Jackson.
You like that too?
Yeah, I love little Michael. So fucking goofy. And Peacock said being a 27-year-old running back is a death sentence in this economy. You know what's fucking crazy?
Okay. Not if you're a scat back though, or if you're in
Darren Sproles.
They're gonna put the ball in your hands in open field. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna scheme you open.
Yeah,
that's why the little guys flourish in those systems because they just pop out of the back of a lineman. Oh shit! Where'd he come from with the ball in his hand? Little tap pass, and you're not a little tappy.
And you're not running up the middle in the gut of like the defense getting smacked 10 to 15 times a game. Those guys. But here's what's crazy. Obviously, there's more running backs in the NFL than kickers. But how does this make sense? The average salary for an NFL running back, all the running backs, $1.81 million, compared to the average kicker salary is $2.26 million. That's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, kickers last long.
I
And they're like, you got to kind of hold on because they last long. Like the older ones are like the better ones to have. You know what I mean? That's why you see those kickers. They don't. The new kickers, like when they go, "Oh, he's the best kicker in the draft." Like my Niners drafted the best kicker in the draft. Let's see how long he lasts.
And there's way less kickers. So obviously, a couple higher contracts can raise the bar. Way more running backs who are getting paid like under $1 million than.
I was gonna say because the better kickers, they're seasoned veterans. They like the better kick. Like we had Robbie Gold. He's what 15 years in the game.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe even more. I think I'm undershooting him.
You could play into your 40s like it's nothing, right? Like, I mean, we've seen multiple guys who are doing that and carrying on their career for damn near like 20 years.
I mean,
Janikowski. Yeah, he was old as fuck.
Sebastian.
Yeah, it's crazy fucking drunk.
Vinatieri. But see, but it is rare. But then you have a lot of.
He's an actual first round draft pick, though, right?
Like, last long like a motherfucker, though. Yeah, I mean whether it's a Robbie Gold, like I just mentioned, or
and Gino says it's crazy that Bijan is the highest paid. Has a rookie ever been the highest paid before? I can't remember one. For the running back,
well, I mean, it's also where the game is right now, and him getting the contract.
He's not paid higher than CMC though. Like, I mean, CMC still got the highest contract.
But this year's salary though, because they worked his contract to pay him a lot up front. There's CMC, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was cash over cap though. Like, I mean, he still got paid.
Yeah. I gotta go training to eat. I mean, he's awake now. Okay.
Because I mean,
okay.
I mean, CMC's because of the cash over cap and all that. Like, his yearly cash is 12 mil. So I mean, I guess if you're breaking it down like that, but that's what's crazy about these rookie contracts, and just these running backs in general.
I'm almost done with the show.
This is the only time worth really paying a running back when you're going to get 5 years out of them.
Okay.
When you think you're going to get
hold on, let me turn this down when she backs up.
Okay. So and Tina said I think Bijan got 21 mil. Let me go see what it officially was. I know he's getting 13 of it this year, but also like that's like signing bonus and stuff too. So let's go see what it breaks down to.
Yeah, for real though, actually too, because when you think about it, it's today's day and age agents. You know what I mean?
See, because here, like, I mean, he's getting paid. Like the yearly cash comes out to 13.7. His entire deal, though, is like a cunt hair under 22. So like next year, his cash is only 1.7 and then 2.7 and then 3.7. So, I mean, it's just the way that the contract is working out because of like the signing bonus and the upfront money and all that.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely, hold on.
22 mil though. Yeah, he's way closer to 22 than he is to 21.
Yeah, and it's the agents these days. That's the deal that he wanted.
Because I hope everyone understands why the top guys haven't signed yet. It's because they sign after the guy below them signed so they could get a better deal. Because no matter what, you're going to get paid higher than the pick below you. Like no matter what, like that's the way that it's like working now.
And it's not just about the money up front. It's also about because when you're a first rounder, that 5th year money is the one you're
really trying to get to.
Yeah, because if they get you, because if they don't want to extend you early, or it's going all bad, or if you want to get to that 5th year at that point, because that 5th year money is fully guaranteed. That's why you see some of these guys that get to their 5th year and it's like 20 million, 15 million, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're okay playing on it because they're like, fuck yeah. You know, if they're shit like a Baker Mayfield, remember that? You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. He was loving it.
Sam Darnold, like those guys were shit. So like they're just happy to get that money.
Yeah, because it's guaranteed.
Look at Kyler Murray's deal. His 5th year money was going to be 30 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
He got his extension note because he was like, fuck that 30. You got to get me at the closer to 50, man. No.
And okay, and so someone asked about this too. Giants, Marty said Giants LB Gerard Davis out for the season with the year injury. Yeah, and who knows how much that's really going to be, how much that was going to be coming into, play for our IDP world.
Our man jamming.
Gerard.
Oh,
did.
Gerard. Yeah, nah.
Giants, not Commandos.
Okay, because I heard I thought I heard Jamming Davis, and I got scared. Like, no, not jamming.
Nah, the other Jay Davis.
Lightweight jamming.
Hey, Crispy said who? Exactly, Gerard Davis. I mean, he's like third string, second string.
Not Jamming Davis's third string cousin of the Giants.
All right. Well, that's all the news that we got today. Before we get out of here, reminder, guys, there's only like 7 spots left, I believe. 7 or 6 left in the 32-teamer. The Marvel Multiverse.
Of Madness.
$55 buy-in. 5 offensive starters, including 1 super flex. You don't even have to start a QB. 4 IDP starters and 9 bench spots. We increased the bench spots this year because last year's bench spots was super whack. Because if you had multiple fucking buys and all this shit during the time, you might have been forced to like drop a player, and that's like the stupidest thing that I feel in any fantasy league, where you have to drop a starter because he's on bye rather not have it like that. Stupid.
You ain't lying.
The best ball tourney. Let me read out the divisions that we're filling right now. $10 per team.
What?
And we're gonna do the race. I forgot. That's gonna be the last thing that we do. So we got the Rugrats slow draft.
What?
The X-Men slow draft.
What?
We got the Remember the Titans fast draft.
What?
We got Invincible slow draft. That's the one with Mark Wahlberg in the Philly story.
What?
We got the Gridiron Gang, who's gonna rep the rock over there.
No, I really can't hear you. Oh, maybe I should turn it up. Let me turn it up.
The Blind Side. We got the Blind Side division.
What?
Let's see. We got the
Sandra
Little
Bullock?
Giants.
Is that the Sandra Bullock?
Yep. Michael Orr.
Okay.
And Necessary Roughness. Hot tip to our man Stu. That was like his favorite football movie like ever. So that's kind of
our man Stu.
That's like our Stu division right there. And then the last one, for now, at least I've created, is the Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights division. And I like the TV show a little bit more than the movie. So, I mean, it's the TV show for me, at least. Those are that's who the characters I'll be doing.
Okay, look at this. Hold on. It's funny because I think I am a weed addict. Because, like, my girl.
Advocate.
Because a real one. Because my girl, she's like, oh, my dad's gonna pull up. He said he got some like paper towels from Costco or something like that, right? She's like, better not smoke. And I'm like, what? What? And I'm like itching to roll up right now. I'm like, why? I should just roll up this as soon as he drops that thing.
Got
I don't respect I won't be smoking, but I'm like, what? This is fucking America. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's seen me and my dad smoke before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Crispy, I'll send you those. Blindside and Necessary Roughness. Necessary Roughness is going to be a fast draft. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be our hat tip to Stu. So that's really the Stu division. That's why we did Necessary Roughness, or that specifically. That's why we're covering it on the Silver Screen Breakdowns as well, for our man Stu. And let's see. I'm gonna get the race stuff ready here. But we're doing the Water Boy this week on the Silver Screen Breakdowns.
What?
Varsity Blues next week.
What?
Necessary Roughness for our man Stu the week after that. That's going to be
our guy Stu, man.
That's going to be to begin August. Little Giants. And then when we get to Vegas, we're doing Vegas Vacation. Then we're breaking down the league season 2. And then right before we're starting the season, this is like going to be the week before the season is going to be starting, we're doing the replacements to finalize our football movie marathon.
Hit the drop.
Where the hell is it?
And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational, but that just wouldn't be our style. Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Glory lasts forever. All right. And Antonio's going to get in the Stu League. Let's get it. Don't forget that one is going to be a fast draft, but we're going to make sure to start at like whenever we do it, like 4 o'clock or whatever. So even guys like Antonio will be able to knock it out. All right. Peacock said, "Damn, I love all those movies, man. Football season is
Hey, Peacock, man, you're more than welcome to join us on any of those Fridays that you're free, my brother.
man. Maybe we might have to make Necessary Roughness a slow draft just so anybody won't be excluded. So let's yeah, we're gonna make Necessary Roughness a slow draft so nobody's excluded.
He's making the executive.
Yeah, because I don't want Antonio not to be in it because it's a fast draft.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I told you I made the phone call.
And Stu was a real big advocate of the slow leagues. He hated it in the beginning because he never did it before. And then once he started doing it, he's like, man, I love this. I can actually like think and make some decisions and maybe try to trade 50 times while I'm on the clock right now.
With Bogey. And annoy the whole league. To the point where I have, you know what's crazy is the little back and forth that I had with those guys. The irony, the sweet irony of that is that like made me like close to Stu because Stu was like, man, fuck those guys, bro, and this and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just chopping up with him, you know what I mean? Like, and I was one of those dudes too, because it was like when I heard it,
I didn't even notice this until now. Antonio changed his name on YouTube. Now it's Bonus Hole 69.
Nice.
69, dudes.
I fucking love the bonus hole. It's my favorite.
So we're gonna make it a slow draft because I bet this one starts like within a week or two, like within 2 weeks.
Hey, who was that guy that we were getting on earlier?
His name was Alan Allen.
He couldn't decide. His parents could.
No, he's like I don't know if you remember Home Improvement. You remember Wilson's full name in Home Improvement?
Is Wilson?
Yep.
That is correct.
Ding.
And Tino said I would crack Icebox when I played Pop Warner. Man, I don't know about that, man. She was wild. And don't forget, you only play in the divisions.
I'm gonna go unload these groceries real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Or a grocery or whatever he's doing.
Cool. And then we're gonna get the fast draft going. And but remember, when you're in Pop Warner, you play by weight. So like you're not gonna be like crazy that much crazy heavier than her, I would assume. All right, let's let everyone know. Share the link over here so people know what's good. Let's get them in here from Sleeper. Hey, Infinite Possibilities in the house. What up, bro? All right. Let me get everyone's names added to this now. Let's see. Who do we got in the Back to the Future 55 division? 55! All right. So we got myself. We got Bogard. We got Crispy. We got Stick Stunts. He's in a handful of leagues with us. Dirty Sanchez is in this one as well. We got our man Bandy from the Fourth and Flex crew in here as well. Song is in this one. Newcomer Owen is in this one. Phil, our man Phil, is in this one. Let's see. Dennis is in this one as well. Let's see. Our man B. Rogers is in this one. And last but not least, our man Devo is in this one as well. And Infinite said Crispy, Crispy is good at drafting. Man, it's because Crispy has been doing all these drafts with us the entire off season. Crispy has been, just like we don't take any vacation for the fantasy season. We're doing drafts and we're doing dynasty leagues and all that. Crispy was one of those guys who's been here the entire time doing it with us in all the mock drafts. And yeah, you could tell it's paying off when it comes to the way that he's been drafting. He's been drafting some fire teams. And what Crispy said, I'm new to the name. What's that when your tongue slips a little higher, Antonio? And he said, is that a 69?
69, dudes.
Okay, did they fuck up on that, Marty? Let me see. I didn't. Okay, those idiots from Pro Football Talk, those jackasses. This is the news that we talked about yesterday. So they changed it around. Those idiots. See, this is why you can't just follow sleeper notifications, like that. This is literally what we talked about yesterday, that Pacheco is going to be a candidate for the preseason active pup. Yeah, I mean, that was fucking me up too, Marty, because like we heard it like 2 days in a row. We heard like it went from like bad to worse in like a 24-hour span. So like, yeah, that's just stupid. Dumbass Pro Football Talk. Fuckers. Making us freak out about Pacheco. Hold on, Crispy. Crispy's trying to get Hunter Henry out of me now. Let's see.
Hunter Henry?
Yeah, and see, he tried to send me a fourth and lowball me. I said, if I was going to trade Hunter Henry, I'd want the third for the.
Yeah, come on! I already set the price out there. I was already trying to buy some Henrys for a third.
And I'll do it for a third.
Why not?
My team is stacked over here, so
yeah, might as well get a third.
And seeing, why I like the third also. For a player like Hunter Henry, doesn't put people in a position where they got to pay for the next year yet, or like sell the farm or anything. You just know you're not going to.
That's why I'm an advocate of moving the third, and I'll even dress the third up. Yeah, I'll give you 3 and a 4. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I almost want more. Crispy, you like Hunter Henry that much, huh? But I do it for a third, though. I would do Hunter Henry for a third. So do it.
Spend it. I like instigating trades. Makes it fun.
All right, everybody, give me a number between 1 and 69.
69, dudes.
1.
Oh, and all right, Bogey put in a 1, lowering that average. Okay, so Pro Football Talk. Bogey, did you hear what was going on?
My bad. I was the diaper. I was doing all this kind of shit.
No. They're morons. It's the shit that we said yesterday that was valid. They made their correction right now.
What happened?
That was the preseason pup that they were supposed to be mentioning, not the regular season pup. So forget everything that we said about the Pro Football Talk shit today. It was wrong. They were wrong. He's a candidate to go on the preseason active pup.
Yeah, so he'll do like all the drills and stuff like that during like training camp. Like
he's
regular.
not gonna have contact, and he doesn't. And it's like you could bring someone else in to get into the contact drill. So this is gonna be them.
Because one thing, if I was to make a case like against him for missing this, like not being able to be on the field at all, like it's like because it is going to Nagy, but it's still Andy Reid's offense, and Nagy is a product of Andy Reid, and he's back at home at the helm again. You know what I mean? So it's and Pacheco, they're gonna need him. They're gonna need him because last year and the year before that, they would throw the ball to eat a lot of these games out.
Yeah,
like chew the clock.
Yeah,
bro, they're gonna bruise it up with Pacheco a lot more this year because that's what they like to do when Matt Nagy was there as the offensive coordinator before. You know what I mean? Granted, what I'm saying, it was Alex Smith the last time, but you know what I mean? I mean, this is still, it's a possibility because they want to feed one guy early on.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? That early, when I say early on, I mean early downs. I mean,
that's how Andy Reid rolls, though.
That's how Andy Reid rolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Crispy said Pro Football Clickbait should be their name, those fuckers. I didn't click on the link that they sent, but I'm sure they got a shitload of clicks for.
Ooh, how about this? We should change the channel name to 420 Pro Fantasy Football.
Yeah. What up, John? He said, what draft am I missing now? So this is for the Back to the Future, the 55 division. 55! We got a lot of divisions. I posted it. If you go look on my personal page, you can probably see it pretty easily. But here's the divisions that we're filling. Rugrats slow draft. X-Men slow draft.
What?
Remember the Titans fast draft. Invincible slow draft. Gridiron Gang slow draft. Blindside slow draft.
What?
Little Giant slow draft.
What?
Necessary Roughness slow draft. And the Friday Nights slow draft.
And that's the bottom line. Shit, the job. I was setting it up. And that's the bottom line. And that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Simpson.
All right, let's see the numbers here. So we got a 69 from Marty.
69, dudes.
37.
2 from Derek. 37 from Bogey. 55 for Peacock. 7 for bonus hole Antonio.
And for our guy Steve.
And another 55 for Crispy.
67.
67 for Bogey. And 24.
You know what I'm trying to do this whole time. We already know it.
Just trying to get it there.
I'm gonna fuck it all.
69, dudes.
And what up, Trip? Nah, we're not gonna do a mock draft tonight. Like my voice box needs to rest. How about that? I've been holding back a lot of coughing and putting it on mute. But yeah, long show right now, and we gotta let it rest. Let's see. What does this add up to?
What time is it right now?
It's 2:52.
2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
In wherever Canada Marty's from.
That's 5 for saxophone. Hit it.
Hello, ladies.
All right. 32 is what it comes to. 32.
Now what time is it?
2:52.
Still okay. Tell me when it's 2:54.
It's 2:53. Clock just changed.
Yeah.
So we're getting closer. All right. Crispy, give me the minimum yards traveled per rush. Who else is in this one? I read it earlier and I'm just so high I forgot. Bogey, you give me the max yards per rush.
Max it.
Derek, you give me the minimum seconds.
Never mind. Don't ask me. The math doesn't add up anymore. When I was trying to do, I forgot. I was gonna say we're Canada Marty's that's 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
So
No.
that would be
Canada
that would be
Marty, yeah.
6:54, right? But I was like, oh, that's not 6 to 9. 8:54 is 6 to 9.
And all right, Crispy said number 2. So Derek, you give me the minimum seconds per rush, 1 to 4, and Peacock, you give me the max seconds. That's 5 to 8.
Is Peacock in this one too?
No, he's not.
He's in the other one.
Yeah, he's only in the one
missed
so far, but I'm sure he'll get into more as we get closer.
Max it.
Yeah. Throw him in, guys. Derek threw in the 1.
Okay.
See, that's where we get the crazy discrepancies. It's when like the minimum is hella low and the maximum is hella high.
Yeah.
That's when it gets real crazy. All right. We got him in. Peacock's going with 7. Here we go.
Max it.
Find your guys. Find your guys.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
I said, are you ready?
Here we go.
Burst of speed.
Damn, Dirty Sanchez, Owen, and Dennis out to a crazy lead right now.
Burst of speed.
Oh, man. Dirty Sanchez is leaving all of us. Damn! He's leaving all of us in the dust. Nobody else is across the 30-yard line, and he's already across the opponent's 30-yard line. Like, he is all the way in front right now, and it's not even close. What the fuck is going on?
That's crazy. I love it. We've never
This
seen
is
that.
wild.
He's gonna get stuck in the mud. Watch. It's gonna be.
Oh,
fun.
he's stuck in the mud now. Like, he's like on the 10-yard line. Now he's going hella slow.
Yeah, hit
Long,
that mud.
Crispy, Owen, and Bandy are amongst the next group. Dirty Sanchez by a fucking mile. Peacock said Sanchez is Bo Jackson on this one. Like, it wasn't even
He was
close.
gone, bro.
It wasn't even close.
Pew.
Man, Song and Dennis are the next closest two. Song got second. Owen and Phil trying to catch up to Dennis.
Ooh.
Oh, Dennis got third though. Owen got fourth. Phil got fifth. Devo just got a crazy burst of speed there. Crispy's right up in there, got sixth. Devo got 7th.
Give me 12. Give me 12.
I got 8th again. Bandy
Yeah.
got 9th. B. Rogers got 10th. Stick Stunts got 11th.
Yes.
And there goes Bogard. He got 12th.
Yes. All a part of the plan.
Oh, man, that shit was fucking wild. Derek said, my man left everyone. So we haven't seen that. Man,
I think he shot out the gate too early, bro. I think we need to see a replay. I think there might be a flag on this, bro. I like being 12. Hell yeah. I like being a bookend, period.
Yeah. Man, that shit was wild. I've never seen anything like that on this. That's what happens when you max it, though, sometimes.
Max it.
Derek said straight Forrest Gump to everyone right there.
That's funny because like I remember this one time made everybody max it, and then it was like that. But we were all getting stuck in the same places. But it was just like a clusterfuck the whole way through.
So funny, fucking man. Just connect. Yeah, I can never forget that scene. He must be the stupidest son of a bitch alive. But he sure is fast.
That boy is a running fool.
Oh, who the hell is that guy? Oh, Forrest Gump, just a local idiot.
That's fucked him up.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, shows what y'all know.
I mean, it was so funny because it was like he's like looking at the stands every time he gets the ball. You know, he's just hanging out. Someone's got to come put it right in his chest. Run, Forrest. Okay.
Oh shit!
Hey, man, that's why he's so good at football in the army, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gump, what is your mission in this army? Do whatever you tell me, drill sergeant. God damn it, Gump, you must be a genius. That's the best answer. You must have an IQ of what 162. You're going to be a general one day, Gump.
Oh shit, bro! He was the only guy that knew it, bro. He was the only guy. So even though he was just stroking him off and being sarcastic. You know what I mean? He was like,
well, see, that's the thing. He's not
funny. It was real though. He was a fucking genius.
There is no sarcasticness in, like, he just believes what he says. Like, even remember when, God damn it, Gump, why did you disassemble that weapon so quickly? Because you told me to, drill sergeant. God damn it, Gump, you just said world record or whatever. Like, this starts going crazy. You are going to be a general one day, Gump. Disassemble your weapon and start again.
Oh shit, that shit has me dying right now. Oh shit.
So fucking funny. He was like, I don't know.
That shit with a blindfold on, man.
He was like, the army isn't even hard. He was like, all you gotta do is just make your bed real nice. And what is it? Make your bed real nice, do something, and always finish off your sentence with, yes, drill sergeant.
What they asked him to say, how was it like when you got shot? He was like, you got to eat all the ice cream you wanted?
They said it was $1 million wound, but I don't know. I never seen a nickel of that money.
You don't even know he's filthy rich neither. He's crazy, bro. I love him.
Well, at that point, he wasn't filthy rich.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but super. Oh, man. That's why that movie's just like one of the best. Because, like, we love these idiot savants.
He changed American culture.
Forever.
I'm already in this league, right? Like, accepted in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. See, it's crazy because it's like, I might have went like, it was like me from the future came back or something.
Me in the future is now in the past.
Great Scott. Fuck, I should have put that on my name today. God damn it.
I don't think anybody's set up their names yet, so there's time.
Nah, I'm talking about like on my screen today. Like when I came.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know we were doing I didn't know we were doing a race today. I thought we were doing Wednesday. You might have said Tuesday though. I just, you know what I mean, it's all smashed together.
There's that word again, heavy. Why is everything so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the world's gravitational pull? What?
It's so funny because he's like, he has to work with Doc. He's a genius, but naive. You know what I mean? And doesn't want to know.
He doesn't know slang from the future, you know.
But he also doesn't want to know too much either. Too. It's funny because, but like how like he spews off the random like thinking out loud.
Fucking Crispy. Sorry, I had a fight in the middle of your Black Panther party. He whooped that dude's ass too.
Hey man, that dude was getting all of it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, you can't be hitting Jenny like that.
I mean, and you know what's funny is if you look at that dude's hairdo, I feel like that's that kid's dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was fucking on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crispy said, "Don't fuck with Jenny." That's rule number one. That is
rule. That's what he said. Go back to where are they from?
Greenbow,
Alabama. He just let it be known, huh? He started banging the set right there. I didn't realize that. He was just talking to Jenny. Then he started turning Greenbow, Alabama.
See, it's crazy. Hey, what up, Chaotic? Chaotic came in just to yell out, "Jenny, you got air conditioning."
That means she doing good, bro. You feel me? Jenny's doing good for herself.
So funny. See, and it's like everyone has like different quotes or different memories, you know, that they're like thinking of. Because here goes Peacock. Whoa, you just stepped in a huge pile of shit. It happened.
It happened.
What
it
shit?
Happens.
Yeah, sometimes.
Shit happens.
Oh man, I know. Antonio, he said Hustler at 8. That's like 3 in a row. If we go back, I swear it's like 8 and 9. Like that's where I've been like that. It's because I said that's where I don't want to pick, and I think maybe I've thrown it out there to the universe so much that that's where I hate
the fantasy gods.
They keep putting me there, keep giving me the challenge. But people have been falling there unexpectedly, so that's been.
And then you have a decent turnaround. It's like the 5 and the 8 are like kind of dreadful to me. Because it's like I feel like I'm just in this monotonous, like, am I gonna start a run? Do I gotta jump on a run? You know what I mean? But also then again, there's the bright side where it's like, you know, things will tend to fall if you're in the first round, if you're in the 8, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shit, like you can see like a Trevor Lawrence or something, or even like a Justin Jefferson, like that's easy right there. Like you're in range. Fucking Lamar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, if you're going those routes, is what I'm saying, though. You know what
I mean, I've done a whole bunch of different things. Got chased there a couple times, and definitely got some T-laws in that range.
I did a Jefferson Watson, I think it was, one time. I might have been the 9 ball. I was the 10 ball. Never mind.
This is so funny. What up, Mike Joseph? He said, "Why do you smoke all them cigarettes, Jenny?"
He was like, hey, he was mad that he fucked up the pussy though. Remember what's his name? The homie?
Yeah, Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. She tasted like, what do you think?
I'm sorry, Lieutenant Dan, but she tasted like cigarettes.
See, that's when you knew that he was like, I only fuck bad bitches, bruh. Like, hold on, bruh. Let this little ass stick my dick in the ashtray, bruh. What the fuck? He's like, come on, Lieutenant Dan.
Oh man, Chaotic said I like when he jumps off the boat and when Lieutenant Dan comes on the boat.
Yeah, bro, he just jumps off the boat and he's like, I had to see it for myself. He just pulls in the background of the boat power through the fucking deck. Or the dock or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the dock. That's my boat.
And that first time they came out there, he was like, man, they ain't catching shit.
But that boat was indestructible, though. If it could just go through, you know, the whole dock like that, just take it all out.
It could have been an old dock.
Scratch on it.
I mean, that dock could have been like a 100-year-old wood in that dock. You feel me?
It could have been, but it was a foreshadow. It was a foreshadowing into that storm that was about to come because they were the only boat that was left.
That's a good point. After they probably were all mad at him, man, you know that dumbass gump dude and fucked up the dock for real? A loading dock even.
Yeah, what if it was that? Oh,
he sabotaged them. He's like, I'm gonna destroy the loading dock.
Nobody could go back in because Gump fucked up the loading docks. I had to go to the next city over or something. But then the storm happens in between then.
Destroys all the boats, destroys the marina, basically. And Gump has all the scrimps.
And now Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Because he's the only crazy asshole willing to be out there. Because he got Lieutenant Dan there trying to lead him into some type of war. Only this time it's against Mother Nature.
All right, we got a trade alert. Hunter Henry for Crispy's third rounder.
Nice.
Not mad at it. I'll rack up some of
Yeah.
those extra third rounders.
Give yourself a ding.
And Crispy, you get a ding as well because you probably need Hunter Henry a lot more than I do, for this season. Thanks to mine and Derek's trade, my team's looking pretty nice over here. So,
What league was this you made a trade in?
21.
Okay, what'd you do?
Yeah, Hunter Henry for a third to Crispy.
Oh no, I'm talking about with you and Derek.
Oh, well, that was the one.
From the Jump Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 21 Jump Street. See what I did there?
Yeah, damn. Why was that not? Oh, well, actually, these are just WWF themed. But yeah, dang. Why did we not do
I didn't think of that.
As 21 Jump Street? Come on, man. Slacking. I love that movie.
Are we single strapping? Bro, you better single strap, bro.
I'm nervous, man. Nobody else is doing it. Don't cave. Don't cave. All right. Song is on the clock. Mahomes is off the board first.
Nice and easy, Song. Nice and easy.
Man, you know what I've been seeing? Okay. People are free to play however you want. But if you play in a goofy ass style or you change,
how goofy is it?
I'm seeing best ball dynasty leagues that you can trade in. That's how people are setting this up.
It's not best ball, man.
And why the fuck would you want to turn best ball into a dynasty league? Best ball.
Okay, you know what? Here's what I'll say. For the celebrity on the go, and your big money leagues, and you have no time to manage your team, join dynasty best ball leagues. You know what I mean?
You draft once, and then you never have to draft again. You'll play in this league for 10 years without drafting. I mean, I know it's going to be rookies every year, but that's just stupid. Come on. Because especially when you're drafting best ball guys, a lot of my later picks are going to be bullshit, style picks that I'm thinking might be able to boom somewhere.
Here's the thing. There's already stuff going on like that. How about, okay, so remember, shout out to Stu again. So this is how, I came aware of Stu obviously through you. Thank you for that. And I was going to be in the Stu league, and I was also going to be in the fantasy football plug league. Shout out to Jay the Plug and Clock Management, because I actually introduced those two. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to me. And then so when they came through with the league, and then Peacock designed all the look of the league, and then it was a big old celebrity league, fantasy analysts and athletes and celebrities all alike in this league. But you needed to have a charity. So I said, hey, can I holler at your mans or holler at him for me? You know what I mean? Because when you showed me what you were doing with him, of course I would look in and all the story and everything, and it was really dope. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to just be and shout out to St. Jude and all the other awesome charities out there. But I was like, man, if I could talk to this dude, I feel like it's dope. I know,
person who's the head of
I got to talk to the dude, and he's very enthusiastic about what he does, and then I find out shit, he's paralyzed himself, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because I didn't even know that aspect. Really, I thought he was just he had some lower extremities or something. I didn't know he was for real paralyzed. In the beginning, obviously once you sent me all the links, and then I was like, man, this is the guy I want to represent his charity. And I actually went deep into the playoffs. I was actually the number 2 seed pretty much the whole way in that league. And but anyway, so the reason I bring that up is because I wasn't in it last year, and last year it was best ball, but you could pick up and drop on the waivers.
I mean, yeah. I
was
mean,
oh, okay.
I guess I understand that, but I don't know.
Because it's cool to have when I was in the league, it was T-Pain, and he was
people who aren't. I mean, to those, I'm sure T-Pain wasn't making waiver wire moves every single week, anyways. So
and it was cool. He did the draft, and he sent a video prior to the draft. He's I'm doing. He was on his Twitch thing. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Austin Eckler was in it, and then fucking what's his name? Darren Waller, and you know what I mean? Because Jay the Plug, like, he designs like shoes for all these guys, and he got in there good with them because he's ultimately good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have too much bad to say about Jay the Plug outside of like he was trying to like be like curve league fees. It's only facts.
Oh man, and Crispy said not really because I have Kelsey and Kincaid. Well, I mean Kelsey's one thing, but like Kincaid, like I mean Hunter Henry may do better than Kincaid in the first 10. He may do better this entire season than Kincaid does. Like, I mean, Kincaid's like a future like dynasty pick. Not like anyone who's picking him in redraft. I'm like hoping people pick him in redraft because I feel like he's a waste of a pick in redraft leagues, whether you have a tight end spot or not.
If he's running with the team ones in training camp, that's a different story.
Yeah, but Dawson Knox is paid though.
Yeah, it's exactly. But see, but what if they do like 12 personnel and he's the guy in there? That's gonna hype people. It's gonna hype people up.
Well, for sure.
Yeah,
that's what we're assuming. Like right now, like you spend the capital to get him. We're assuming you're going to run 12 personnel. There's just no guarantee of how much they're going to run it. There's no guarantee that Dawson Knox doesn't come out and get 9 touchdowns, you know, just because he's wide open in the end zone. So.
Does anybody know about the Men's Warehouse? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. The place where you go get like your $60, $100 suits or whatever.
Yeah. Remember that guy? He's like, you're going to love how you look. I guarantee it. That was his whole like slogan. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was stupid.
So funny. And Tino said that Kincaid will start this season. Well, I mean, he's not going to be the starter over Knox, but like Bogey said, they paid Knox too much money, you know, like to like not have him on the field blocking, and he's a better blocker than Kincaid as well. Nice. Peacock said that Darren Waller liked his Photoshop edits. Nice. It'd be dope to get some feedback from guys like that, right?
Darren Waller too. You know how you holler and be like, "Hey, bro, I'll do some album covers for you."
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That'd be fucking dope, right?
Like, because here's the thing about when you're an artists like are usually artists at heart. He you know, and I'm talking about for him is music, right? Because you know what I'm saying, it just so happened that he plays football. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that dude like really like want to like rap for real. You know what I mean? Like that's like his passion for real. You know what I mean? I've never really checked out his stuff. The Plug sent me a couple joints back in the days, and then the first thing I said was like, "Ooh, tell us to do a track." I was like, "Tell us to do a track."
Do me a favor, put a message in there and tell them to send me a direct message. I'll get to it in a second because we want to fill up this league. But just tell them to DM me. We give someone one extra step and they do it. At least we know they're serious. And Marty said also, why is Reek Woolen on Sleeper? Does he not go by Tariq anymore? So he's always been Tariq Reek Woolen, you know, but now that like he's officially going by Reek, that's what he wants to be called now. So I mean, just like Juju or CD or any of these guys, you know, you tell them what you want to be called.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd rather go by with the name.
His real name Dakota.
Yeah.
Dakota don't sound that kind of sounds like badass, right? At least on basic comparison.
Dakota sounds like a little white girl, you know, like
Dakota Fanning?
Like, I mean, yeah, that's when I hear Dakota, I think of Dakota Fanning. That's like the only person I really think of.
That's funny.
Man, Peacock said only 106 today, but it feels like 116. The humidity is real. I haven't even gone outside like today.
You're like out, like you're close to the water too, so you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, what is it over there where you're at, Crispy? And Tino said, I bet you at the end of the season, not the beginning, but at the end, he'll take more snaps than Knox. Well, I could get behind that. It really just depends on how things are going around. Who's to say Knox doesn't get hurt, you know? But the thing is, they paid Knox to block. Kincaid's not a blocker. Knox is going to play more snap percentage for sure. Than
you know why Knox used to get greasy touchdowns because he would like he's a threat of running around, or like if he's blocking, he could even like block someone and then get open and catch a touchdown. I've seen him do it all. Like, you know what I mean? So he's just in the red zone packages. But like, who's to say that you can't line up Kincaid as a slot receiver like they said early on? But I just got to see it first. You know what I mean? So I'm interested
Just like Pino said, Kincaid, he's the most complete tight end in the draft. Yeah, I mean, that's because you're comparing him to a crop of guys that maybe a couple of these guys actually turn into like halfway decent NFL players. You know, outside of that, most are probably going to fizzle out and be nothing because it's just that type of position. But if we match up Kincaid with every starting, you know, tight end in the league, I mean, come on, he's not, I mean, I don't know. He's not like top 20 or 25 or like anything like that. Like he's got a lot to prove to get into that. And he has to be blocking as well. Like that's the way that you get on the field a bunch. Because like even Kyle Pitts, remember everyone's like, oh, Kyle Pitts is going to be the shit because like he's never going to have to block. Like they're only going to use him as a wide receiver. Like it doesn't work that way. Like, you know, just he still has to block. He's got to do both. And Peacock said blocking then releasing for a pass is the easiest way to get open. 1,000,000%. And if you're just, I mean, that's why like Kincaid, I feel like helps Knox because like if Kincaid is like out wide, you know, like let's say he's off the line, you know, if he's like out wide, that means there's going to be a guy who's not in the middle like anymore. And that more than likely that that Dawson Knox is wide open in the middle of the field. Yeah, because really, I mean, it's Stephon Diggs. I feel like Dawson Knox is going to be higher in the pecking order than Gabe Davis. And I feel like it's going to be Kincaid battling with like Gabe Davis and who the hell's their fourth. But it'll be like those three in kind of like a rotation for like the snaps until Kincaid really shows that he warrants what 15% of the snap or 15% of the target market share, like something like that. And Tina said Pitt's an athletic freak that never put it on the field even in college. What do you mean? I mean, didn't like what? I understand that Kincaid did good, like in college, probably even did like, you know, like amazing. But I mean, come on, man, it's college. How many of these guys that Kincaid went against, you know, like went into the NFL? Crispy said, I played good tight end in football. I bet you did. And I bet you were always on the look for a good tight end, weren't you, when you were a football player? And Tino said Pitts' hype was very similar to AR-15. For sure. Definitely. Because, yeah, he was the most skilled or the most complete tight end since, who the fuck did they say? Who was the guy? Eric Ebron, and I don't even know. Like, they never compare to, like, guys who are actually, like, good. They always compare to, like, guys who are just drafted in the first round. But, yeah, and Peacock said I read somewhere that Cole Beasley's working out with Davis and Knox. Interesting. Yeah, Crispy 6'5", 250. I bet. And Bakes, he said he's a little bit, so Dakota is appropriate.
Well, obviously.
All right, one more bowl. Then we're going to get ready to get up out of here. Let me text Song just so he knows that he's on the clock. He's probably at work anyways. And I'll go make my picks wherever I'm on the clock as well. And just for no apparent reason.
He's climbing your window, he's making your people up, trying to break them, so you need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they break the day. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, oh boy, oh.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Oh, man. And, yeah, and Peacock said, I'm going to need access to the live soundboard in Vegas. See, the hard part is, like, learning where everything's at, because it's a very simple setup, the way that I've set it up here. Oh, let's see. Dang it, I like can't even. Oh, it's like so. It's just there's no slack on this, but I got it all set up with like pictures and all types of shit to like make it easier for my high ass to just remember where to point and click like on stuff. But yeah, that's why I got to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to bring the I'm gonna have to bring this whole like desktop like there so we can like use this, because then I can have like the actual setup that we normally have. And yeah, because we're gonna have like phones and cameras up like everywhere, so we're like recording like different things of what's going on. And like, you know, sometimes like I'll just go be at the controls, you know, we'll see what's you know, who's commenting and things like that. I can actually work the controls from my phone as well, so that is something else that that we could be looking at. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I'm so excited. This is gonna be super fucking dope. And we still got there's still one bed available, and we've got like 2 couch spots like available. So yeah, if you guys want to get there, like now is the time. So final notice. We only got a couple spots that are left. But either way, whether you're staying at the mansion or not, make sure you get out to Vegas August 18th, 19th, and 20th. And Derek, I'm going to be doing that right now. I'm working on creating and actually, you know what? Since there's only like a dozen people that are staying, I'm just going to reach out directly and get your guys' answers directly instead of trying to create something to get people to go sign up on. And Tino said Kincaid has dropped the ball 4 times in his career. I mean, that's a great stat. It's an awesome stat. It means he's got hands of gold. We'll see if they took him there to be like the number 2 behind Diggs, because I know that's what literally everybody in the world thinks that he's going to do, like right out of the gate in year 1, is that it's going to be Diggs and then him in the pecking order of everything.
You know what's crazy?
I'd love to see it happen for my shares of him. I just don't think it's going to happen in year 1.
The one thing is like, it's like history is definitely not on its side. You know what I mean?
No,
like the rookie tight ends just don't really do it ever. You know what I mean? Like there's like Kittle, yeah, Gronk, yeah. You know what I mean?
See, even Pitts cracking his 1,000 yards, we still didn't like it. Like he still wasn't like fantasy relevant like every single week. Like,
or Evan Ingram's rookie year was like kind of an outlier too. He got like 9 something or something like that, right? Or 7 something. But he balled out for fantasy, but it was because like OBJ got hurt and Sterling Shepard got hurt, and it was just that he was the only guy in town and he happened to be a rookie.
And seeing Derek's on that train, he said, I like Kincaid a lot. Said, I think he's the number 2 behind Diggs. Yep, us. And seeing,
I'm trying to find guys in my league that like Kincaid like that. If I had Kincaid, I'd be like, yeah, I got Kincaid, bring you blood.
I mean, seeing, I feel like right now is nobody's going to overpay for Kincaid in my eyes. I hope he jumps up to that, because I'll sell him for the moon.
I got Kincaid for you, blood.
If he comes out and is the number 2 to Diggs, and he's fucking with a 15 to 20% target market share, like that's gonna be that's 2 or 3 first rounders.
15 is like see, and that's the thing too. Is like if you're talking about like an 18 to 20% target market share, we love that. That's like WR2 in your. That's like low end WR2 type of shit. In your, or even mid-range WR2 that you're putting in your tight end spot, you know what I mean? But like, just the snap count, how fast is he going to learn as a rookie? Because then that's going to because then the faster you learn, the more plays you're installed in. And when you're not learning fast, you're only going to be in like certain packages when you're a rookie. And sometimes that's why like, you know, even like Justin Jefferson, the first couple weeks, it was like he was getting like, you know, 60% or 50% and then 60%. And then it was like, you know what, we're playing this kid all day. You know what I mean? But you know, it's like, gonna be like that, you know what I mean? And
even like
tight end, so tight ends don't do it.
So Tino said Kincaid's a great basketball player. Tight end plays tight end like Gates. It took Gates a couple years to like really get into the zone. I mean, his first year he didn't do much, like nothing, pretty much. I think he had like 300 or 400 yards. But then he gets like 900 or something, and then he goes over 1,000. But it was the 3rd year breakout, you know, for him. Like Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez, like list all the best tight ends in history. They're usually not breaking out in their first year. That's why I'm going to be on the side that doesn't think that he breaks out the first year, because it's not like even getting 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards as a wide receiver, a tight end. Like as a tight end, I mean, yeah, it's a lot because not a lot of tight ends are going to crack 1,000, but that's still only 58 yards a game. Like that's not like super fantasy relevant.
What's the average tight end? Like 38 yards or something like that?
I mean,
34?
pretty much on a week-to-week basis, I'd say like 90% of the tight ends are going to be between 15 and 35 yards. You go over 40 yards, you're like in elite like yardage for like the week in tight end.
It's like, I was gonna say like 40 or 8 between 40 and 80 yards receiving is like those elite guys. Like
Yeah.
that.
Because like most guys are legit like right around 15 to 20. Like when we talk about a lot of these guys, 3 receptions, 20 yards or 18 yards or whatever, little dumps across the middle. Maybe you mix in a touchdown, so you're in contention for tight end 1. But that's, tight ends in general don't get a crazy amount of work. That's another thing too. That's why we got rid of the tight end spot in all of these hustler leagues and converted it into a flex spot. But we added the tight end premium to give guys like that a little bit more of a bump. Here we go. And who's it? This Magic Man? What up, bro? He said Jeremy Shockey had a great rookie year. 128 targets, 74 catches, 898.
Yeah, that was with Manning, right? Eli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outlier for sure.
Yeah, the outliers. I mean, so that's like the 4th guy I can think of, 3rd guy that went. He's the only one that went over 1,000, right? As a rookie?
No. Yeah, he had 898.
898. Okay. Yeah. So for fantasy purposes, though, like these guys were
games,
like,
16 games. But
what did Kittle do his rookie year? Because I know, like, I don't know I don't remember his yardage. He kind of exploded early too.
Yeah. See, that's what's crazy. 515.
Mm-hmm. How many tugs?
2.
Okay, so
it's the sophomore year. I mean,
it's 13, the sophomore year. So 13, yeah, I'm remembering right. See, there you go. So Kittle, see, I can't even say Kittle anymore in that conversation. I'm glad we looked at it. What was Gronk his rookie year?
Let's see. Sorry, bud. We'll be off soon. I forgot we had to do one thing. Sorry. Yeah, see, even Gronk. 42 receptions, 546, 10 touchdowns, though. That was the big thing.
No Jeremy Shockey.
And Tina said, your point is the tight ends are not fantasy relevant. That's fixed in tight end premium leagues like you play. Well, yes and no. Because, I mean, still, I'd much rather have
Kelsey God.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kelsey's just a fucking stud, in there for sure. But, like, yeah, like, guys like, I'm trying to think. Well, like Darren Waller, for example. Like, yeah, if he goes back to like Darren Waller, he's going to be great. But what if he just ends up being, the guy who's getting 3 or 4 receptions, 20 to 30 yards a game, 5 touchdowns on the season, shit like that. He'll be somewhere where we're not even like trying to like play him because it's like so hit or miss. Even if he does come up with a couple 75-yard games and a touchdown, it's like the games where they miss like hurts like so bad that like I'm really not trying to bank on guys like that, even in the leagues that we play.
Yeah, so Pitts is actually in a very small club because he got a thou wow in his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like. I think it's him and Mike Ditka. I think are like the only.
Yeah. No, yeah, because Chalky didn't even get the thou wow, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember fucking I got that right on the trivia with the fucking what's his name? Ditka.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's the first one. That was the trivia question.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, and you look back at legit, him and Kyle Pitts are the only ones. And wow. Kyle Pitts, like his season wasn't even fantasy relevant to us because he only got 1 touchdown. And it was not even on American soil, like Bogard reminds us.
But it was also like if the worst thing is, like per game basis stats are what I always look at. Is like, yeah, you got a thou wow, but look at how you got it. It was just so shitty on their way to it. You know what I mean?
Well, because what sucks is like I haven't gone and looked at his stats, but I know he had a couple games where he went over 100 yards. So I mean, there was games where he was like really shitty, like along the way too, along with no touchdowns.
Yeah,
doesn't like if at least
you have like a game that'll compensate for like 2 bad games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the old Amari Cooper shit. you know, like when he used to have like 8 horrible games.
Or even like old pun intended, like old Julio days, like those,
Yeah.
like the
When
20,
Julio would go for like 175 in one game.
yeah, 240. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll go like for 200 in a game, and then like other games he might be like he'll average like 60, and it's like, man, you know, if you don't get that touchdown, and you might hit, but it would be cool though. Like it was cool, like when Shanahan came there because he kind of revitalized him. Because now it's like, all right, let's get the ball in his hands also. We're not just going to use him in this one fashion. You know what I mean? And then, like, you know, you see games where Julio's getting like 15 targets. You're like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Because that happened during that Shanahan era. But it was like same thing too, man. They get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Fucking no matter what position it is. You know what I mean? Fucking and tight end, they have a high probability of getting hurt. That's another thing too, because they're out there blocking and getting grimy.
You're in the trenches.
Yeah.
And Antonio, thanks for reminding me because I need to throw this up. Remind people about tomorrow's box break. We're doing the mega box, the Panini playbook mega box. And let me throw it up here. What teams are available? I'm pretty sure the Packers are available. Antonio, let me see. Tino said Kelsey's the GOAT. It's crazy because, like, as of right now, Tony Gonzalez was doing it so long that Kelsey still needs to work to catch up to his overall, you know, stats.
I'll anoint him.
But
I second my birthday twin, and we have 3 birthday. Well, there's 3 of us in here.
Yeah, I love Kelsey though. I mean, rule 1 of fantasy is you do not trade Kelsey away. Rule 2 of fantasy: if you don't have Kelsey on your team, you try to trade for Kelsey every single day that you can. Because if you get Kelsey, that just gives you so much more of an advantage.
That's my contribution to the Kelsey rule. Yours is the first part, right? It's great that we came together on this. This is a great rule. And when it comes to Kelsey, if you have him, you don't trade him. If you don't have him every day, you try to trade for him.
Antonio said, what? He said, the mega bonus hole? Hold on. Let me get it. I'll pull out the 3 that we're doing tomorrow. So we got 3 boxes that we're doing tomorrow. We got a Don Russ blaster box. We've been getting some dope inserts like in those ones. So yeah, that is a dope one. We got the Panini Chronicles draft picks edition 2021 edition, and then the mega box.
The mega box.
The playbook mega box. And yeah, we got some good ones in this one last time as well. And the teams that are available are on the screen right now. And yeah, we only have there's probably only 8 to 10 teams that are taken right now. I've been slacking because I've been sick about posting about this shit.
The mega box.
All right.
That's that mega pussy right there. I'm sorry, mega bonus hole.
mega
box.
There we go. Perfect. Said lock in the Packers. Gotcha. Ooh, Crispy said the Brownies. Lock in the Brownies.
What year is that one?
So 2 of the boxes are 2022, and 1 of the boxes is 2021. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's only draft picks.
No, I'm aware of that. I'm just wondering what year it is.
Yeah. Well, because the 2021, that one.
Oh, I mean, but for the people, yeah.
The one that we did last time, we got a Patrick Mahomes, like college, card in there.
Cool.
Yep. We're shutting it all down, Noble. All right, let's lock in Noble, and then Noble wants me right now. And let me get Antonio on there for the Packers.
The mega box.
The mega box. All right.
I want to sell this toy.
What? That's a Shane O'Mac or a Vince McMahon action figure.
But I can get money, and I'll give the money.
Can't argue with the kid.
And I'll give money.
Yeah. See, did you hear me? Said, but they could give me money, and then I could give them money too. Yeah, Noble's the one who's he's gonna have a lot of sales, but He always wants to sell everything for $1. He was like, I think that'd be a good price to charge him. It's
Actually,
like $1.
$35.
Oh, now he changed it to $35.
There you go, kid. You're gonna go far. Now you're thinking.
And I can get my own PS5 for my own.
Oh, he's trying to get a PS5.
He got goals, bro. That's a good goal to work towards. You know what I mean?
I told him when we get 1,000 subscribers on Stacking Bricks that he can get a PS5, so he's got to work
That's
on.
too long.
We're at 150.
You're almost there, kid. You're almost a quarter of the way.
Dad.
Oh man, see, he always tells me we got to get more subscribers. Make the Bat Cave, make this one, make that one. We're working on it. We're gonna work on it.
Make Lego minifig one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's gonna be a fun one.
Rose said salute Noble.
Yeah, that's Derek. He said salute Noble. Yeah, check this one out. Noble wants me to build this one. This does look like this one is gonna be super dope. It's like a super giant Lego minifigure.
That's cool.
Check that out. This one's going to be super cool. All right.
That's tight.
Antonio got you in on the Packers. Crispy got you in on the Brownies.
The Vagabonds.
And what up, Electro? He said, should I trade Jalen Ramsey for Richie Grant?
Yes, do it. Yes, do it. Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
Noble's right. Get Richie Grant.
He snap called it too. He was right. That was meant for a snap call. Yeah, you do that immediately.
Bring it back.
50 Grant.
Yeah, Richie Grant.
Oh.
Yeah, bring back Richie Grant.
Bring back Richie Grant. Don't have Richie Grant and trade him away for Richie Sherman.
Right. Don't do it on the other side.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. And look at this, Noble. Our homie Peacock, he said, I'm subscribed.
Thanks, Miles Peacock.
Hell yeah. And Derek said, Richie Grant, that IDP live. Hell yeah. All right. No show tonight. I should be, we'll see. I should be good to be back tomorrow morning. We'll see. I don't know what it is. Waking up in the morning, I was like coughing like crazy. There was like no suppressing it like at all. But yeah. Feeling a little bit better though. We'll see how we're feeling tomorrow.
Get better, my brother.
Yeah, we're gonna be
that's important. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Either way, we're making it for FNT. We can't miss that. That's gonna be an everyday thing, no matter what. All right, let's get the hell up out of here. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Go check out all the videos that we got up there on the channel. I'm still posting shorts and things like that. The short videos. Go check it out on TikTok as well. Go subscribe to the podcast, the Fantasy Football Hustler podcast, and the Silver Screen Breakdowns podcast. What did we do last week? Any Given Sunday. Act 1 dropped yesterday on the podcast form, and Act 2 is tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. Dope-ass movie. You want to get the recap of it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of Eastside Ho, where they know my name.